I've joined.
Well, people, we are back again for a little viral reaction, and that's what it's going to definitely be, because I would say the Pep. I'm not gonna hold up. We could hold up. We could hold up our own 6 if we were talking Champions Leagues, I guess. But you want to try to find anything you can to hold on to as you get, a little bit of ribbing from the Anfield faithful.
Yeah.
If we could hold up, I need 3 hands if I was going to hold up the number I want to hold up, which is 115. But all the same, how about I just hold up one hand and say 2?
Exactly. Forget Pep. This isn't Pep's night. This is our night, not Pep's night.
0. Exactly. This is our time to shine. Our time to shine.
He's having his little midlife crisis. He's bought his convertible. He's got a brand new, 23-year-old girlfriend. He's having his little breakdown. So don't, let him shuffle off way into the corner. We'll get on with the winning the league bit.
There you go. We are joined today by Laszlo and also by Nolante. Laszlo, aka the Irishman. How are you doing, Bri?
Yeah, all good. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Everything about it, absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Looking
anonymous, domination, KDB anonymous.
Yep.
Pep
Rosie.
Yep. Pep cracking up. Grealish, who's he? Cost 100 million quid. Never saw him touch the ball. Yeah. Gakpo and Mo doing what they do.
Yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Perfecto. How are you doing today, Lante, after that inspiring win?
I'm not happy. I'm actually fuming. I'm angry because it should have been 4, 5, 6. I'm fuming, absolutely fuming.
Where's my 7?
Exactly, yeah. But I would say you know what? I would say, and good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, got a special shout at the end of this preview. But I would say it's nice for Pep to hold how many European Cups we've won.
I appreciate that. That's the way of looking at it. Thank you for reminding us how many Champions Leagues we have. I really do appreciate that.
Because I was coming in on the quiz the other night. I was like, is it 5? Is it 6?
Yeah, it's true, Brian.
Thanks, Pep, for coming out and just confirming it now that we all know. It's definitely 6. Thank you.
Exactly. Wow, that's where we're at right now, man. Pep is rattled. Bernardo Silva is rattled. Erling Haaland's talking to Virgil and to others on the pitch about where he's probably going to go vacation.
Yeah. Asking how the atmosphere is at Anfield. Yeah. Is it like this every week? Yeah, it is, mate. Oh, I like this place.
It's not a library like it is at the Etihad, Jeez, man. It is good vibes, good settings. Definitely very good vibrations right now. And here we are, people. Here we are. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling in the chat? Big up, Marion. Definitely big up. Yes. Arnie Slot. La 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 la. I think he actually changed it up a little bit too. Because I think they say na 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 in Feyenoord. That's how they say it. I think that's how they sing it.
Yeah, that's the
Liverpool
Life is
version.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one they did that. No. That's the Life is Life one from the classic Maradona. That's one of the greatest ever football tracks. But yeah, that's what they take that from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just who said it? Who Slavana says, I told you it was going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, man, I had 3-0. I had a total domination. We didn't quite, like 12 I was saying in the first echo, that uppercut kind of thing. But yeah, at the end of the day, we had them scratching their heads. We had them losing their minds. Bernardo Silva trying to kick people and punch people and try and get them sent off at the same time. Like I said it yesterday, this team is done, man. This team is finished. Kyle Walker, where was he today?
People were questions. People were saying, "Oh, Ibu's out. Up, that's it. Gomez, we can't trust Gomez."
Joey G holding
exactly.
it
down. See what just happened. Latte just got mad and just said, "Nah, I'm not having that. Not having that. Not having it." Definitely.
Latte had to take a breather.
Yeah, take a breather. He had to just walk that one off.
Yeah.
I just reminded him what those naysayers were saying. Joey G played good today. Played well, really, really well. It's good to see Trent played well as well. Robbo played good. The whole back line played well, I thought. And also, even when they brought in Doku to try to bring in some real, terror to our back line, Kwanzaa said, "Hey, you know what? I can hold it down. Let me give it a try. Let me give it a try. Now, Gomez, you don't have to move over to right back. I got it. I got you.
Especially up against that terror, that little terror Doku. He came on, he just started dribbling people. What he does what he does. Gets into the box, asks you to make a challenge. Easy giveaway a penalty. So easy to give away a penalty against him at 1-0. He was coming in and testing our fullback test. So it was okay. It was a huge call. Like you said, okay, we brought off Trent, bringing on Kwanzaa. Is Joey going out there, or are we actually going to ask Kwanzaa to do it? We asked Kwanzaa to do it, and he did a brilliant job.
He did.
And he even got forward. He tried to get forward as well. He tried to get involved that way. He didn't just sit there and go, I'm a defender, I'm not going to do it. And he got involved in play. He nearly created a chance for somebody. So I thought everything we tried worked, which is just one of those kind of days, isn't it?
Big up.
So how you feeling, Latte? How you feeling? What you thinking? What's your thoughts?
No, listen. I said. Hold on. Let me give me a second. Hold on. Hello.
Yeah.
Pep.
Yep.
Pep.
Yeah. He's on the phone to Pep.
2-0. Pep. What? 6 Champions League trophies? Oh, sorry, Pep. I'm sorry you're crying. All right. Sorry, Pep. I'm in the middle of a show. Take care, Pep, and hope you stay safe in your job tomorrow. Bye-bye.
So sad. So sad. Sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Who ever thought that we would come to the day where Pep will be saying, you know what, I might have job security, or I should have job security because of my history, not because of my current play and form and maintenance.
I thought you were going to say whoever told me get to the day where Pep was ringing up Nalante. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think Pep got the wrong number, Brian. I think he got the wrong number, to be honest.
Maybe so.
Okay. He was trying to ring Neymar, probably. He's trying to ring Neymar.
Yeah.
What a day, people. What a day to be a Red. What a day to join all of you in this viral match reaction. Definitely. I know there's probably like 17 different content creators out there going live right now, but I really do appreciate the fact that you're here with us, and that even if you are watching others or have other tabs with the other content creators, I do appreciate the fact that we are in the mix, at least in the mix, because
we're out here for you. So,
yeah.
See people out here with us. So,
yeah. Because like we said, like a lot of the content creators that are going like this and everything to their chest are the same ones that were saying, I don't know about this Arnie Slot guy. Top 4.
Yeah, and they're the same people who felt
He might
sad
make top
yesterday.
6.
Yeah, they were the same people who yesterday felt sad because Dortmund lost or something. So yeah.
Maybe so. Cry scratching. This was a statement when the best way. Oh, wait, can you put that up one more time? I'll read it out there.
Proper statement.
This was a statement when the best way to sum it up. For sure, High Lord. That's a good way of putting it. I saw a weird number out there. Bleacher Report, who's usually good with their stats, was talking about how Saka at the time before today's game, he had 10 goals, 5 assists, I say. And then Salah had 10 goals, 6 assists before today. He ended up getting obviously a goal and an assist today. But what was wild is that they were saying no other player has been a part of more goal creation than Saka in the league. But I'm like, that's pretty easy math. One has 15 GA and the other has 16 GA. How could that be? I don't know how they got that statistic wrong. Maybe that was a typo. But today, Mo Salah added to that tally. He's closing in on 20 GA. We just hit December. And Mo Salah is closing in on 20 GA already.
That's a top season for a lot of people. That's a top season for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like that would make you a £40 million footballer if you got 20 GA in a Premier League season, 10 goals, 10 assists. Like you're a big money player.
Yeah.
And we haven't even, it's crazy. Like he's tracking his numbers at the start of the season. We're tracking his best season and he's just gone. He's just continued to go past it. He's exceeding it. And they did. I know some people will bring it up, but I don't know. Nanate, like as I was saying earlier on, I pretty much like football. You've seen most things in football. You see the odd things that you haven't seen before, but you see most things before on the pitch. But today, Salah doing keepy uppies in front of the 2 Man City players while they were arguing with the ref about the penalty before dropping and banging is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on a football pitch. I just thought the impudence, the pure arrogance to just stand there and just go ba 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 da 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 while Kyle Walker and Ruben Diaz are giving it to that's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen on a pitch, man. And he pulled him off and then he puts it down on the spot and he buries it in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
The level, like if there was a thing that you could plug into somebody to measure confidence at that moment, you plugged it into Mo Salah, the machine would have exploded. That was just, oh my God, ice fucking cold. They're just going, losing their heads with the referee. And Mo was just tapping away, keepy uppies, dropping it, and then bang, bottom corner. What a player. What a player, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hustle Bones, I get it. BBD. Those headers that he missed were very, very close to being like inches away from going in. He made very good contact with all those attempts, really.
He hit the post. He came within inches. They're like, I think he could have scored one, but Rasta Crop saying Mo missed lots. Are you talking about in today's game? Mo missed lots? Like lots, plural, as in many?
Yeah.
In today's game?
I think he's talking about the one that he Mo
He
probably
missed
could have been on
one
a
good
hat trick.
chance.
He could have been on a
Yeah,
hat
he
trick.
missed
Maybe.
one chance. That
Close to.
one on one.
Mhm.
Lots. Okay, so he only got a goal and an assist. Okay. Dude, what do we got to do here? What do we have to do? Come on, Rasta. Can you not be in a good mood about Mo after that? Can you not? What do we have to do? What do we have to do? He's doing keepy uppies in front of the people when they're about. I mean, Rasta, please, man. Please. I know it's cold in Canada. I know it's cold, man. But please.
You wanted to embarrass him? Okay, yeah.
People miss
Didn't
chances, man.
you
People
said
miss
you said it was gonna be 2-1. You said it was gonna be 2-1. You gotta remember that even though KDB might have the ball at his feet, given a gift by his BFF Virgil, Kelleher said
Players miss chances.
Kelleher did the Mutombo. By the way, rest in peace, definitely to Kemi Mutombo, but he gave the not in my house. That was a really good stop. That was a really good stop. Try to go between the legs and ended up like getting enough of it and being able to turn and fall on top of the ball there. Really good. Really good. Shout out Hustle Bones. Shout out Marion. Like I said earlier, shout out to the streets in the house. Shout out to Red Armchair Supporter. Definitely shout out to all those Hustle Bones. I think I said that, but KJ in the house. Big up. Definitely KJ. If you want to join KJ, you're more than welcome to, by the way. You're more than welcome. We can put the link. I didn't put the link in our chat, but if either I will do it right now or
I just did it. It's okay. The link is in the chat, KJ, if you want to use it. It's not in the chat, in the WhatsApp group, in the WhatsApp group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to join and kind of flex a little bit, why not? Why not? What a great weekend, by the way. What a great weekend. A lot to be excited about in that. Even though Arsenal did win, I'll admit they did win. Does not matter. They have to play Chaser instead of Chase E. How are you doing, JK? Oh, great picture.
Oh, good, bro.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't need to say nothing. The picture explains itself.
Yeah. Good shout.
I got 2-2 now, bro.
You said 2. Yeah, you said 2-0
again. It's something to the Desmond Tutus, bro.
Desmond Tutus is right. Desmond Tutus is absolutely right.
2-0 is a nice sort of prediction. 3-0, I thought 3-0 was going to come. It should have been 4-5, 6 even.
Mm-hmm.
But
100%.
I'm taking it 2-0. Yeah.
It could have been hustle. It could have been about like 7-8-0 or something like that. Because when you really think about it, if Virgil makes two or three of those go in, obviously I'd be asking a lot, but still, we absolutely controlled all the corners for the most part, even defensively or if not defensively. They had nothing. There was no one in their means that was taking away any of our aerials. We also absolutely were the more dominant team in the beginning of the first half. We certainly, once it started to settle in, meaning City, they definitely got a little bit better hold on to the first half. It was the one that I was hoping that we could get a 2-0 lead, obviously going into it rather than a 1-0 lead. But all the same, went into halftime with a 1-0 lead. Ended up getting a well-deserved penalty on Ortega when he rightfully. I mean, I get me and Brian were watching the game together, and Lucho almost made it over top of him.
Yeah, he almost hurdled him too well. He almost hurdled him too well. He didn't quite leave enough of the trailing leg there. It's like just enough to get it. Like
just enough to get the clip.
Yeah, I was thinking he went too high.
Yeah, he almost got the old Fobsbury flop on
it. I was thinking, oh god, I can't beat that. Yeah. I thought the referee could have just let that go as Salah had the chance and let him try and see to score. And then if we didn't score, then bring it back to the penalty. I thought he could have just done that, but it doesn't really matter anyway. Yeah, exactly. Just let it go because I was in a good position to score that. So, and then fine, bring it back. But it doesn't matter because it's irrelevant now. He scored the pen. And yeah, like you said,
and
Brian,
the referee,
the mentality, big game. Sorry, JK, before you make your point, I was going to say big game mentality again from Mo. Because after, the miss against Madrid, the penalty in that 1-on-1, we all know he should be burying that. Because we know that if that was Nunes, oh my lords, there will be uproar in the heavens, everything. That was disappointing from Mo, but it would be. And listen, I'm a fair man, and regardless of what I think of a player, if that was Nunes, everyone would be saying, "Oh, he's crap," blah blah. That was terrible for Mo. I'm sorry, but one thing I'll give Mo is that big game mentality. I think someone was saying, I don't know, was it one of you guys saying you wanted McAllister to take the pen, Mac to take the pen?
If Mo wasn't on the pitch, I want Mac.
Yeah, that's it, Bryce. So
I wanted Mo. We said it yesterday. Who would take the penalty today? I said Mo. I still want Mo.
Exactly. And you know what? I was a bit nervous, but again, because you misses the 1-on-1, you're thinking, oh my Jays, if he misses this, then it's going to be a long 10, 12 minutes for us. But again, big game mentality, got the pen, and game was done. So yeah.
Nalante, I want to do a whole video on my channel about Mo doing keepy uppies before he took that penalty and the psychological effects of that. That's one of the most. That's one of the most incredible. To me, I was just mesmerized by that. I was just like, that he's playing mind games with so many people on so many different levels. Doing that right now, I just thought that was phenomenal. Fucking
I think
phenomenal.
It was cool. Chilled me out, actually.
Yeah, most guys, they just pick up the ball and they walk as far away as possible to chill themselves out. He just stood there, looked at the two Manchester City guys trying to argue with the ref, and did fucking keepy uppies on camera.
I like the celebration where he sat on the. I like the celebration, mate.
Big up, Lee.
The celebration was great where he sat on the hoardings.
Mo Salah Mo Salah is the purest embodiment of Mo Salah right now. Did you see his interview after? The interviewer said to him, "Oh, that was a great pass for Cody." And goes, "I'm a good player." That was the first thing. He's like, "I'm a good player." Brilliant. He's just in the mood today. Mo is just in top form.
Big today, games. Man. He loves the big games.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think you can see in his face, though, he's slightly unsettled? It won't affect his performance, but he's thinking to himself, what have I got to do here to get a new deal?
No, we'll worry about that next week.
Yeah,
today
I'm not.
We're 11 points clear. We just beat City. We taught them a lesson. We're 11 points clear. We just spanked them at Anfield.
Yeah, carries away, but I am to a certain extent, over the hills and far away, which we are now from City, over the hills and far away.
They're fifth in the league. Lads.
I think they've dropped out the top four. I hope that continues.
They're behind Brighton. The top four is Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Brighton, City in fifth, and Forest in sixth. City they're on the same points as Brighton, but they are out of Champions League spots.
Hilarious. I was so super excited that I couldn't sleep. Early this morning, didn't get to sleep, did not wake up in time, mate. I missed the goal. Well, I missed most of the first half, but I was able to go back and look at it. It was mental, wasn't it? I just couldn't sleep last night. I was just so excited, about the game and that.
Big up that you got to at least wake up. So you missed the first goal, you said, right?
I missed the first half, made apart from 5 minutes. I come up, I got up to my dad's on 40 minutes.
Okay.
I was just dead
tired.
I
bet your dad wasn't happy. I know Marion's husband probably wasn't happy today. The other side of
off Man U.
Yeah. That other side of Liverpool was not feeling too happy about their team going out there and getting pretty much waxed. But hey, today is a red day, and that is certainly the case for us.
Well, I'm hoping this victory for United sets them up for Arsenal, because I want them to beat Arsenal. I know you said I never want United to win. Hey, if it helps us win the title, mate, I'm more than happy for United to beat Arsenal. They can have 2 wins in a row. Don't bother me one, mate, as long as we end up an extra 3 points ahead of bloody Arsenal. If we can have 12 from them.
The safe way to go about it is
a draw.
You want to draw.
No, I'm greedy. No, I want that extra point. I want United to do them, mate.
No. I rather both teams drop 2 points, because I can't stand Arsenal and I can't stand United. Obviously, you know what's really wild about it is that
just for the title, I want it. Just to give us breathing room.
I almost sometimes would say that I can't stand Arsenal more than United, because Arsenal have been more relevant as of late than United. So when it comes to listening to someone, United, run across your United group or your rivals every once in a while, and they don't really have much to say. They don't really. I mean, like they're not going to pick up Eric Ten Hag. They're not going, or at least they really weren't. Most of them weren't. Some of them were. Some of them were, like your KGs and your Flexes. I think it is, right? Isn't his name Flex? Or I think it's Flex, right? A lot of teachers are pretty good with that stuff. I think it's Flex. Is it Flex?
Flex, yeah, from United Stand, Flex.
Yeah.
Or
like your Rants, or those people, like your Casses, like those guys.
I feel what it is with some Arsenal fans is they believe in their minds that they replaced us as City's main rival because they finished second in the last 2 seasons. So in their mind,
that's why it's relevant. That's why, like I say what I'm saying, like.
But 12 man, you know what it's like. It's what it is basically you've been living in a house for like 25 years, right? Mm-hmm. And for like 17 years, the neighbor to your right had this huge big dog that never fucking stopped barking. He just never stopped barking. Mm-hmm. Never, ever stopped. Mm-hmm. And then about like 8 years ago, it died. And it was like cool. And then a couple of years later, your neighbor on the other side got a dog. It's a tiny little dog that never shut the fuck up, but always kept barking. And your neighbor is like, yeah, you know what it's like when you've got a big dog, they don't stop barking. No, that's not a big dog. It's a noisy dog. It's not a big fucking dog. These people, like, where are they coming with this? When we came back, it's like, what did you win? Please show me your trophy haul versus Guardiola. Please show me Arteta's trophy haul versus Guardiola. That you seem to have this handbook that you want to give to this is what it takes to be a big club.
I think your analogy is a good analogy. I just think that the way I see it is, I think your analogy is good, but I think of it as that neighbor that you're talking about, the new neighbor or the neighbor that apparently has the dog. That's the one day you go to the yard and you're like, wait a minute, you don't even have a dog.
Oh yeah, you just got a tape on a loop.
That's just you making a lot of noise.
Yeah. You're just trying to scare burglars with a fake dog on a
that's
loop.
You standing behind the door going roof or something.
But where are the dog sign? There ain't no dog. It's actually
there's no dog here. You ain't got no dog in you. That's usually what it is when it comes to gooners.
An FA Cup, right? A cup and a Carling Cup, an FA Cup or something like that. That's it.
They have an FA Cup they have a FA Cup and a Community Shield.
And did you see his thing during the week? Arteta came out saying how much sympathy he had for Guardiola. It was like, shut the fuck up, you simp. He's like, oh yeah, I feel really bad for Guardiola with all he's going through. It's like, how badly do you want his job, man? Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. We all Arsenal. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm going, yeah, he wants to leave us and go to City. Of course he does.
Yeah.
He'd take that job in a heartbeat over City.
In a heartbeat.
Or over Arsenal. Arteta would walk to City from Arsenal.
I think Arsenal would have to do a wellness check on him to see if he was even home, because he would not be answering the door, not answering the phone calls. He would be in Manchester.
New number, who this?
Taking out light blue suits or something.
He's like, Kai, who? Sorry, mate, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, he would be out the door. But people in the chat, big up to you guys in the chat. You got double digits in the chat, so definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say or what you're feeling right now. It is certainly good vibrations, and this is the place to be. This is the place to be, because a lot of you all had a lot of you in the chat were all feeling good, but also very confident, which is good. You're all in the likes of saying how much you do believe in this team, and it's good to see.
That's interesting from Redbird saying City didn't even fill our away end. I mean, they've won 6 of the last 7 titles. You think they'd have a little bit of belief or whatever, and they'd still turn up. I mean, they couldn't fill the away end.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Hang on, yeah. What's it? Sorry.
Sad that, isn't it?
Sorry. Don't forget. Oh, sorry. You were putting. Oh yeah, there.
No worries.
Oh, it's gone past.
No, that wasn't what he was. That was a one before that.
Yeah.
If you're done with the City couldn't even.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I can't believe that, man. I thought the one thing, like every club filled up, was their away allocation.
Away allocation, yeah, it ain't that big.
Well, especially considering what you said about this, especially what you were saying. Like, we watched the Find the Fake Fan show, and you were talking about one thing that you can give City a smidgeling of credit for is the fact that they always had loyal fans, whether they're in
older
League 2,
fans,
which is now, as you said, League 1 now, but it was League 2 at the time. Whether it was then or whether it was now, you always had a City, at least a good core group of fans that followed them wherever they went. Now, you're really finding out what it means when you're going to find out what it means to have a fanhood or fan base that is all built on just you winning.
Yeah,
it's all built up it's built on when you have a bandwagon style fan base that there's people that are wearing your kits but have no idea about your history. People that are part of the getting into the same forums and social media circles that you're in and talking their mess simply because they enjoy winning, a la a Hamza. Okay, and I called you a Hamza. I don't care anymore. I didn't care from the beginning, but I mean from the gate. But you have those kind of people that there's reasons why people ask you, well, when did you start following this club? Because you weren't there from the very beginning. And now that times are getting tough, all of a sudden you're ghost. You're no longer, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I think the City fans that used to go to all the away games and that, they're probably still there, but a lot of the new ones stayed away. Maybe a lot of their recent additions to the fan base thought, I'm not going. Which is sad, isn't it, when you consider they're the reigning champions and have been for the last 4 bloody years? Come on now.
Yeah.
Can it get any better?
Yeah, but lads, they won a treble last year.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. If you think about it, hey, they've won 6 titles. Pepper's quick to remind people about that.
Yeah, but just seriously, do you know how big a deal it would be if Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal won a treble last year? No, we'd all still be talking about. Nobody told us about the fact that City did it last year. Nobody told us about it. Nobody.
No, they don't do the. It's true. Nobody
talks about it. If Liverpool had won a proper treble last year, we'd be making videos, we'd be making movies, we'd be building statues, we'd be naming stands. Nobody cares about the fact that Man City won probably the biggest thing you can win in football last year. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. It's hilarious.
It did really annoy United fans, though, that like City done the treble as well. Because
Yeah,
that
I think,
was always went on
I
about
think that's
just.
why you don't hear about it. I was
Well,
about
it
to
was them,
I'll
wasn't it?
offer that up.
Yeah, it was United in 1977 that stopped us doing it. We won the league, the European Cup, and they beat us in the cup final with a deflected
nobody
goal
cares about
from Brian Greenoff, or was it Jimmy Greenoff? One of the Greenoffs. A deflected piece of teared goal stopped us winning the treble. And then when they won it in 99, it was like Terry Christian and knobheads like him, professional manx on the telly going, only one club can win the treble, and that's us. You're like, shut up, mate. But now that City have done it, it's annoyed them a bit. But I don't count Cities the way United can count, because it wasn't cheating. They did actually win it. You know what I mean? They were tad lucky in the Champions League final, but they did actually win it. City, I just don't see that. They did it, but it doesn't count for me. Like a lot of other people, it just doesn't count.
Doesn't register. It does not register.
Yeah. That's why it's very interesting that the City team is a shell of its former self. As in, I don't know where and it's nothing that I'm shedding a tear over. By the way, if anything, I'm enjoying the moments, because look, you're talking about a team out there that had Bernardo, Silva doing dark art style stuff enough to get Mo Salah up and angry and talking back at him. Like that goes to show you where they're at.
Yeah. He is good at it. You have to give him that.
Yeah, I know. I'd have been disappointed if he wasn't up to his usual, like you expected from him. Like, and there was a part of it that was funny. You could see that his head was done in, like how badly they were playing and that. So he had to kick out.
But for me, it was nice. It was nice to see Salah show a bit of fire. You don't see Salah do that normally on the pitch, like arguing. He's a nice guy, you know what I mean? For him to do that, that Silva must have been doing something the whole game. He's that type of guy, So
Yeah. I'm about to.
But you can see how quick Mo Salah, Silva goes in, he gives the kick, right? He goes in, he gets the kick, and Mo is like, "What the fuck?" And then he's instantly stop. He instantly knows, right? I've been baited. Stop. Like he instantly looks and going, "What the fuck?" And then he just stops. He's like, no. Okay. Because what you want me to do is react.
They've got history though, too. Though they do have history.
Yeah, that's what he wants him to do. He wants Mo to react, throw a punch, or throw something like that, or throw a headbutt and get himself sent off. And Mo's he reacts like anybody would be to getting kicked, and then instantly he brings it right back down. He knows, do not react. Don't give this guy what he wants. Because what do Man City want? They want you to do something, because they can't beat you with the ball. We're beating them with the ball. They want you to do stupid things and get you sent off. They're trying to provoke you. And Mo instantly brought it from 100 right back down to 0. And I started laughing at him, going, "You think you're trying to get me sent off? Yeah, fuck you. Get out of here. We're beating you." Like Mo reacted immediately, but he also brought it right back down. Like Mo was on point today. Mo was playing right on the edge tonight. He was doing everything. He was right there. But I think he realized how big this game was. But he was also able to stay within the boundaries. It's like, okay, kick me, I'll react. And like JK said, it's very, very rare that you get Mo riled up. Really rare. And do you remember, JK, it happened earlier on in the game as well, when he got his boot kicked off out on the right-hand touchline. He lost his boot. Yeah, he got a bit worked up about that, and he was bang right back down to calmness. Because Mo knows they want me to react. They don't want me on the pitch. Why? Because I'm going to bang one in the back corner. That's why. I'm going to create a goal. I'm going to score a goal. So he played it properly. They weren't going to rile him up as much as they tried. And that's the mark of a beaten team, that the only thing that they can go to is to try and get you sent off. They're beaten. They're a beaten docket right there. And Mo recognized. He looked that in the eye. He went, "Not tonight, mate. Not tonight. You're not going to do that to me."
We got a guest joining us today too, by the way. Another individual that has his own channel, much like the Irishman. But this man is coming in from the Bay. From the Bay, people. Here you go. It's not.
Yes, sir. Big up to Monday, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, big up.
Rest
Big up.
Cuzzies.
How you feeling?
Brother.
Top of the league to you.
I'm here. I'm not
Big
even
up,
here
Jay.
for the rivals. I'm here for the LFC fans.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Them naysayers, right?
Yeah.
Them naysayers. How you doing, people? Irishman, I see you. I heard you got your own channel. What? You didn't give me the link? What's happening?
There you go.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. We'll sort that out. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll
I
sort
mean,
that
I'm not
out.
even invited to
Yeah.
the channel. I mean, what going
You
on?
are permanently
Big up to
invited.
Monday in the chat.
Quasi,
Respect.
Quasi, my channel, the first thing always in my channel is I put the link in the chat. Always put the link in the chat. So don't worry, you're always there. If I'm live, man, you're invited. That's how it works. If I'm live, everyone is invited. You more than most. So
Thank you.
anytime
sir.
you see me live, you subscribe, you click on the link, you can comment every day, every time.
Thank you
There you
so
go.
much. Make sure put that link in the chat so I can subscribe, man. That should be the minimum I should do.
Yeah, yeah.
If
I
somebody
thought we were gonna have Quasi and like possibly like well, Quasi's as big as E40 up in the Bay, so there you go.
I
There
mean,
you
you know, I don't like to brag. Okay? I mean, 12 man, you know.
you let other people brag for you. That's
Yeah,
it.
let
There
people
you
brag.
go. There you
for me.
go.
I just keep it.
There you go.
I just keep it. But thank you so much. I was like, I got a little bit of time, so I need to jump up to the Brethren's channel
Yeah,
and celebrate people.
yeah. It's a celebration.
I mean,
It's a celebration, as you like. Yeah, I've heard you say that
you know
before.
what I'm saying?
It's a
You know what I'm
celebration.
saying? Man, people, if at this time, if you don't put, we could all nitpick and say somebody do something right, somebody did something bad, somebody did this. But the majority of the thing, man, today, my man of the match is the manager. Like the tactics that he pulled up today, Pep was not even ready for it.
Yeah,
Pep had to go back in the second half and come back and say, you know what, let's play it exactly how they're playing. When you get the ball, hold it. Pass the ball in the back. Take your time. Don't rush it. Because they were expecting us to do the, Klopp versus Pep.
yeah, yeah.
Play
Just
the occasion, right?
right.
But we did not. We hit them with press that they were not expecting. And then sometimes we would just chill. So, okay, you get the ball. Do you guys know that the best striker in the world did not even have a shot? Not shot on goal. He did not have a single shot, 90 plus minutes.
Wow. Let me ask the panel this question. Do you think, so, we all spoke about the fact that they're going to have to play, think of who they're playing again. City is playing
Forest.
Forest, right? At home. It's at the Etihad.
I'd give Forest.
Does he revert back to bring in Ederson, or does he revert back to? I mean, there are some notable names that did not get to see the pitch. That really just didn't even get to see the pitch.
Something is going down in that locker room. He's not happy.
He's not.
He subbed Ederson. I was shocked. I mean, Ortega is a very good shot stopper. He gave us hell last time we played him. That guy was everywhere.
Yeah, we got a draw against him last time. We played against him. Yeah,
but I was like, yo, that was quite questionable for me. That's his best goalie, man. You know how many goalkeeper he sold just to get Ederson?
Yeah.
Man.
So so real quick, we'll go Quasi, we'll go to Lee, then we'll go JK, Monty, then we'll go to Irishman. Does he revert? Is he all out of answers? Because I mean, like, does he revert back to Vardiol, who didn't even get to see the pitch? How much did they spend on him? Close to 90 million or something like that, right? How much did they spend on Vardiol? Like
a lot of money.
Oh, 87. Yeah, 90. Call it 90.
90.
Crazy.
Let me see.
He's another guy, Brian, from the Leipzig.
77.9 million. So 80 million pounds. Yeah, 80 million.
Not a Leipzig guy. Yeah.
Another Leipzig guy, yeah. And he's the most expensive Leipzig guy. They come pretty expensive, don't they? Have you noticed?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's the box.
I mean,
he
like,
was pretty expensive as well.
The only thing I can hope for is, let me just say this real quick, so then I want to hear the whole panel's ideas, is that, look, Pep, my solution for you, if you want to hear from an unbiased rival, I think you should put in Scott Carson as your goalkeeper against Forest and just ride the Carson train. See how that goes for you, because you are drawing at straws, my friend. Lee, what do you feel? What do you feel about this? About Pep? Is he all out of solutions? Does he go back to the drawing board and bring back Ederson, bring back obviously Vardiol, who didn't, again, neither one got to see the pitch at all today?
Guardiola does look expensive now, given the form he's been in. But the whole team's been performing badly, so it ain't just that Guardiola's a bad player. He's just going through a bad period. But it does look a lot of money now, that fee, doesn't it?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. He'll probably bring Ederson back in, yeah. I mean, they were still able to bring De Bruyne, Doku, Savino off the bench. Do you know what I mean? They still had a lot on the bench, didn't they? Like, considering people are saying, "Oh, they got injuries and that." So many players.
Savino did get to play. Savino did get playing time for him. Doku got playing time for him today. Grealish, another big. I mean, like, another big name. Big.
Only cost 100 million. Come on, only 100 million. They can work out. Come on, only 100 million.
Yeah, I only dislike De Bruyne because he's been such a thorn in our side, and he's been one of the main. He's been like one of the main players for them, hasn't he, throughout the Pep era, De Bruyne. Mm-hmm. So it was nice to see him on the pitch and ineffective and looking a shadow of his former self. I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just mean that in a rival fan way. It's a pleasure to see. So I was happy with it. Very happy.
I'll go on record here. Kevin De Bruyne will never score another goal or create another assist against Liverpool again.
That's a fair shout. But it is a fair shout. It might be his last season where he's out of contract. Like,
it is his last season.
How about this? He'll never do it against us, but maybe he'll do it for us. Anyways.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, Doku was their best sub. Didn't he? Like, Doku had to go, and I think Arnie looked at that, didn't he? Seen Trent was tired and thought,
smart, yeah, 100%. He's smart. It's a smart substitution by Arnie. I think Trent was always going to come off because look at the games we've got coming up, so it made sense.
Even the last sub, I know he took Mo off, but bringing Curtis on just for the last, whatever it was, 10 minutes, including injury time. It's nice to see Curtis get 10 minutes. And it just locked the game up, didn't it then? There was no way they were going to score then.
Well,
no way.
I'll say this,
unless we put it in the net for them.
I'll say this too. Like, I think you're right. You're spot on, Lee. And I think also a big part of that was because we controlled the midfield pretty much. And just bringing on another midfielder who's in pretty phenomenal form right now just helped solidify that all the way through. JK, has Pep run out of solutions? He's taunting the family, and doing taunting the family, taunting the Reds family, I should say. Does he go back to the books, or does he try to, get another result from this lineup, or does he bring this back? What does he do after this? Oh, JK. JK's on mute, so I'll ask you, Nolante. I know you're on mute too. Hopefully you can answer. Okay, Nolante. What does he do? I mean, he's not getting results from the player of the season last year. Phil Foden was player of the season last year. What did he do today?
Oh, he was another one. I enjoyed watching that stupid bloody face of his. I cannot stand Phil Foden's bloody face. When he's crying for a decision with that stupid fucking haircut of his. You know what I'm saying? I was so pleased. You know that thing where he went down when Ryan backheeled it and caught his knee. It was the way he looked up and looked around for the referee, saw the referee wasn't looking, and then just carried on grabbing his knee, and that was like, oh, you
twat. What do you think, Nolante? What do you think, Nolante? And then JK, if you want to chime in, you can chime in too.
Oh, it's okay. Let JK, who's on the flow, let him say his piece. I don't want to say his point. Yeah.
Can you just rephrase the question, bro?
Just basically, like, what is Pep out of answers? Like, as in, no one really picked this lineup for Pep. I don't think anyone had Ortega starting today. I don't think anyone really did. And not saying that he can't start, not saying that he's not a good keeper, but I don't think anyone had him starting today.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Yeah.
That was a weird one. I also don't think that anyone really had Vardiol, despite his little hang up.
Likes Ortega coming off his line, you know, because we break on teams so much. He likes Ortega because he comes off his line. Well, apparently, Pep, this is one of the things he likes about Ortega's. But yeah, I'd expect Edison to come straight back in myself, like if he's fit. It was just for today, I suppose. It was a desperate gamble, like to try and stop us scoring more goals.
But
just for me,
is he out of solutions? Is he out of solutions? And
bless Quasi, I hope you're cool, bro.
Big up yourself, man.
Bless, bro. Like for me, bro, I just seen his interview after the game. He looks really rough. You know, like you know when you see the millionaire in living in Beverly Hills, and then one day he loses all his money, then he's on the streets. He looks like that type of guy, man. It's fucking weird. I've never seen his face. He looks rough, and I've never seen Pep like this. You know, he's had phases in his career where he's gone like 4 or 5 games without winning. For Bayern. You know, so he's had that before, but this I feel is probably the worst one. Is it because to get the limelight? I think if they were doing well and then charges against them, people will be more like up for it to get them charges sort of sorted against them, you know. But because they're not doing well on the pitch, no one really gives a fuck about them. If you understand my point. And he's like, oh, it don't really matter no more because like on the pitch they're not doing it. But for me, it could be one of them type of ploys, you know. Like, come on, look at that City display today. That's probably the worst I've ever seen City play at Anfield. You know, I think Pep Guardiola, for me, he's a good manager, but he looks stressed out. You know, I look at our manager, he looks sort of fresh. You know, and where Pep looks a bit, I don't know, man. But for me, Rodri was the guy. I think as soon as you take a Virgil van Dijk out of our team, they took Rodri out of their team, and ever since then, they haven't looked right. And for me, that has been the major thing that's happened to them this season. Can they do anything better? No, because they can't really buy anyone until January. And if they do, they might go for that Zubimendi guy. He will probably do a good job, you know. But for me, until then, they've got a few more games sorted. Let it carry on the way they're playing. They've got Forest at home, Palace, Juventus in the Champions League.
I'm Joe, man. He said, why so serious?
How about for you, Nolante? Has he run out of answers? Has he run out of answers? Is this like finally the end of this tyranny that we've had to deal with
the tyranny of the many? Wasn't it the tyranny of the many? Wasn't that what they called it?
Majority.
Yeah, exactly.
The tyranny of the majority. Yes.
You know, this
Quasi, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Quasi. Go ahead, Quasi.
The Pep situation, he's surprisingly, he made the same mistake as Liverpool did when we won the Champions League, where we did not refresh. He hasn't refreshed for a long time, and he got away with it for so many years, and now everything just fell under him. And personally, I don't think he's staying past this season. That's what I believe. I think that new contract was just so that they can recruit players.
Agreed.
Smoke is like a smoke.
Yeah, it's just so that because
smoke
players
screen,
are coming. Yeah, City is because of the money. but these days they don't give players money like they used to a couple years ago because of the FFP and FSR and CC, whatever those initials are.
All the letters, yeah.
And then they you get a chance to recruit a good player when you think Pep is gonna stay. You know what I mean? So I think the man is done, man. We care. Liverpool fans, we care. The guy scratching his face. I just saw that he also scratched his neck that we didn't see after the Champions League game. There's a lot of scratches around his neck, right? He just So the man is stressed, and he's one of those people who takes everything so serious that when things don't go his way and he can't have a way out, he scratch himself. Or you saw him grabbing his scratching his groin. I don't want to diagnose him because I'm not a therapist or psychologist or psychiatrist, but
he's crazy.
OCD sometimes do that to you.
But he's crazy. He is crazy.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like he's so obsessed to the level of levels of like, bro, it's just a game. And he has
uncharted territory for him, isn't it? This many defeats, this long run, a bad run, this is the worst ever for him, isn't it now? With this result added on top of it. It only rivaled his worst run until we beat them today, but this is his worst run officially now.
And he's playing Nottingham Forest. It's not easy. They might not lose, but it's Nottingham Forest versus Feyenoord.
Hopefully get a draw. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
Chris Wood is doing what Erling Haaland was doing last year.
They told us that for us to have the best center backs in the league, we have to show people how good you are against Haaland. Haaland did not have a shot.
Box ticked.
Usually when we play City, I'm worried, that they can score at any second, even when we're well on top of them, they can just score out of nothing. I wasn't worried today. The only thing I was worried about today is that they'd score a really fluky goal. That hit somebody that fell into somebody's path, or an own goal that hit somebody and went in. That's the only way I felt they'd score today, with luck, not with skill.
That KDB chance definitely was getting close to being like the and for it to be from the foot of Virgil was very, very disconcerting. But Kelleher, once again, big.
I would say he was imperious today, wasn't he? He was absolutely imperious today, and he could have had a hat-trick himself of headers. Do you see the second one where he was really angry with himself? He got up shouting and that, but he missed the second.
He should have buried that. He should have buried that, to be honest. Like I said, man, again, if that was Nunes, the whole chat would be having a mental breakdown over those headers. VVD should have buried one or two of those headers, if I'm honest. He's a clean header of the ball. Him and Salah, thank God he didn't cost us.
Didn't need him to score in the end. We done the job anyway, but he was first class today, wasn't he, in defence, just shutting things down. Anytime he got a little sniff, he was just there, and it was snuffed out.
That's true. But what did I say about Kelleher? I said within the 2 games when he started, I said just keep him. Alisson, I love Alisson, Ali, man of God and all that, but we got to be the club that with it. Salah, I don't care who it is. If the another player is performing, they got a whole bench. And Alisson, if he's fit, he's probably going to play because we do need to rotate. To be fair, but Kelleher should be starting until the end of the season. His form, how can you take him out? You can't. And I don't care who the player is. And but Slot has made the decision. But I just think this is going to be a bit unfair on Kelleher, if I'm honest. But one thing I'll just add, just before, sorry, you go on. One thing but Pep did wrong. What he done wrong was Nunes. He should have played him in the centre of the midfield. He was the only midfielder who's got at least a bit of running power, a little bit of presence about him, compress a little bit. Playing him on the wing didn't make sense when you got good Gundo who's gone and Silva who's just out of form.
I thought you meant
that's what
he's been doing that all season, and not for some reason.
Well, not
all season, but he only got into the team a few games ago, and all of a sudden, for some reason, he's playing freaking Mateus and is on the left.
That's true, Brian. Yeah.
Whatever, Pep. Okay. I mean,
But exactly, it's up to him. But again, the problem with Pep, and he said himself, sometimes he overthinks things too much, and that's the thing. And what has happened to City, like Kwasi, my fellow Ghanaian brother, said, is the fact of the overrun of the team, being in finals, being in Champions League. It's gonna take its toll. And like you said, you summed it up, Kwasi. They haven't reinvested the last 1 or 2 seasons, and they haven't replaced with the players. The right amount of players. Savinho, he could be a good player in the future. No problem. Doku, again, inconsistent, but this is the problem. And Pep's mind and doing the right thing in terms of the basics of the team. We can say Rodri, yes, but he's bigger than Rodri now. They're not Rodri, not Rodri FC, the Man City FC. You know what I mean?
way
So
the thing is,
and that's it.
Yeah, the thing is with him, like, how do Pep let this? Because Pep is a meticulous guy who plans ahead. He's a chess player. So he's always, planning ahead. The fact that he let the bottom fell under him.
I have an answer for you, Kwasi. I think I have an answer for you. And what's kind of wild about it is that there's the same people that were calling out, Klopp for trusting in Hendo, trusting in Milner, and wanting to go to bat for all these older players and the likes, and you have an administration that probably tells you, well, the analytics, the numbers say we should go this way or that way, and you don't want to do it. You got to find that right balance. And
as far as what
I don't think
find any balance, Kovacic would have been a big part if he was able to employ Gundogan and Kovacic as a double pivot with 3 in front and Haaland up front. Then maybe he could have got out of this, but he hasn't got Kovacic. He's got a month's injury, hasn't he? I heard when the internationals were over, I heard Kovacic. He's got a few games left yet where all he's got to pick in midfield is Gundogan, Silva, Bob Lewis, Nunes. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be difficult for him to come up with the formation in it to recover their form.
Yeah, no, that's not difficult. All you had to do was just move Nunes in the centre mid, because at least that would have been some running power to cover Gundo's inefficiencies, and you could have put Savinho there on the wing to make it a bit more better for the midfield. But he didn't want to, but that's not our problem. We do what we do. But anyway, the way we're playing, it doesn't really matter. But that would have helped City in the midfield to an extent. But he didn't want to, and fair play, mate. You do that. You do that, Pep. You keep doing what you do, mate. No problem. No problem. We're here for it. We're here. We are here. We are here.
Yeah.
The part where I tend to disagree with people is, when Virgil went down, Liverpool went down. No, Virgil going down, we were still 7 points ahead of everybody. We kept winning. It's when Matip went down and there was no more pure center backs. That's when everything fell apart.
Oh yeah, and Gomez going down too.
And Virgil went down, Gomez went down, and then Matip went down. Then after that, everything was like.
Oh God! Don't even remind me, because that was we should have won that. We should have won that league. But again,
that's what I'm saying.
We have owners that, and this is. Let me ask you guys, and even the chat: do these owners want us to have a dynasty, or do you want to just feast over that one Premier League title? Because I'm getting sick of this. Every season, there's always something. It's always an excuse. It's always an excuse, and there's no money, etc. Or if it's the players, and this is the thing, and I'm getting tired of this. Like, are we going to sit on one Premier League title, or are we going to build another dynasty? This is it. There's a chance. Well, Klopp is gone now, so he's out of the equation. It's down to these owners now, because they need to start putting the money into Fest.
You've got to realise what's going on. I mean, I start every season with hope. But I never expected this level of consistency. No way I predicted this level of consistency with the change of manager to have won so many games out of the games we've had. It's mental, in it, and they've got to try and capitalise on this. I don't think he needs an awful lot of help. Money-wise, just a couple of players would really, really cement this, wouldn't it?
100%.
Yeah, I mean, City will be back next season if they fall off this season, because they'll probably spend money themselves. You know what I mean? They always bloody do.
League 2. Yeah, they'll be back in League 2 next year.
Yeah, League 2.
London, the part see, it's easy to blame the owners because they are the owners and the buck starts with them. But Liverpool, that year that we didn't buy the center back, it's not just on the owners. The manager was part of the problem. He should have replaced Lovren when Lovren left. And he said, I believe in Fabinho. Fabinho can, I remember distinctly when.
Yeah, I do, mate. I do, Quasi. I remember the words.
I remember when, what's his name? Carragher was like, oh, this is risky. He told Carragher, mind your own business. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, he believed in his players. But the thing with Liverpool right now is that I blame the owners is they did not stick to the plan and they chose the manager over the guy who was the structure, right? And I understand why they do it because it's like, yo, the guy just won you a league over 30 years ago and he won you a Champions League. So between them two, who do you pick? You pick the guy who won you stuff. But this year, this is the part where we, the fans, needs to understand what the owners want. They brought Edwards back. Edwards gets Hughes, and they go get a manager that nobody knew who he was.
No,
well,
that's why. Yeah, that's why.
I mean, to the world.
I found out when I went to YouTube University. That's how I found out who he was.
Okay. No. I knew about stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. So
did you get that? Did you get that 3-month course, Quasi, or did you sign up for the year?
I signed up for the quick.
Because they got me for the year, Quasi. They got me for the year, man.
They got you for the year.
Yeah. I could have learned it all for free.
For 1999.
One of your shows, Quasi. Watching one of your shows, and I would have learned everything.
They don't even send you a
semester course. They
don't even send you a diploma. It's a JPEG of a diploma.
Yeah, I know. I can't even hang it on the wall. Can't even hang it on the wall.
Can't even hang it on the wall. This guy's like an NFT or something.
Yeah, I got to show it to people when they come in. And
because right now we have to look at how structured we are right now. Yes, we couldn't bring Zubimendi, we couldn't bring whoever, but the manager said, and this is why we also have to give Klopp his props. He left us better than where he came and found out. And this guy took the ball and said, let me assess it. He assessed in the summer. He's like, you know what? Give him some more time with these guys. And he took a gamble. Can you imagine him saying that I don't need anybody else? We are good after we lost Zubimendi. Everything could have gone bad for him. But now, in January, he's going there and he's telling the players. He told them, if you want a new contract, show me.
I'll ask this then.
Show me.
I'll ask this then. I know everyone's taking some swipes at FSG, at Klopp, at some of the older players than likes. But the reality of it is that we have a club that is pretty much the same club or same team that we had last year. The only thing that happened to us last year was that players like Salah got injured in January while on international break. He wasn't able to come back for the long haul for our run at the title at the end of the year. Same with Trent. Trent got hurt in the FA Cup matchup after having been brought back from an injury already previous to that. And then
last season there was like 2 months where there was no Nunes, Jota, or Salah, and all
People forget about the fact that Diego was a big part of our offense last year, but yet at that end run, Diego wasn't available either. He was really pushing and clamoring to get back, but it's the same thing with a lot of players. Like sometimes these people are like, oh well, let's get this player back. Well, it's going to take time for him to ramp up to his former level before the injury. In all cases, no matter who it is. So this team was in the hunt all the way up to very much the last few games of the season with a team that had major components. I'm talking about major superstars on this team that were unavailable or either working their way back from injury. This year has been different in that we did come into this season with a team, with that same team from last year, but a healthy one. Albeit
if any club or squad in the league cannot moan about injuries. It's Manchester City. The amount of good, I mean, the fact that we were able to bring the players they were off the bench today just shows you how many good players they've got. It's just the blend isn't right at the minute, but they're not really short on numbers, are they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that this team is a good team. It was a good team last year. It was a good team when we went for the quad. Like, I think that sometimes we're so surprised with what we have, and yet sometimes there's those amongst us, not on the panel certainly, but there's those amongst us, and not even in the chat, but I'm just saying those amongst us in other panels or other chat forums that don't want to believe it or don't want to buy into it. And then when we finally do well, all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I always thought they were good. I always thought they were good. Yeah, and then, but you're almost like waiting and hoping that they fail so that you can go back to your former settings of saying, oh, I knew they were crap, or I knew this player was garbage. This team's a good team. Whether it was Klopp has instilled, I'm gonna land. I'm sorry about the lengthy rant. This team is a good team because of the family orientation of team that existed with Klopp. Whether it's
all the leaders, Klopp within the squad.
Yeah, all the leaders that we have a part of this team, the fact that they fight for each other, the fact that they would fight for the coach, the fact that a lot of them really do buy into that mindset of believing and trusting and wanting to be a part of the badge. That's something that's not every day in a lot of clubs these days. You don't find many teams that are just all gung-ho about Liverpool or about whatever club they represent and really find some real loyalty towards it. But it's been created because of the family orientation that we have here. It's been created because of what they got from Klopp. And now that you have a tactical coach in Arne Slot, you're able to utilize those foundations with a very good, balanced, tactical coach. And that's going to be a difference when it comes against these teams that are now going, okay, I don't know what we're going to face. Are we going to face Nunez today at the 9? Are we going to face Lucho? I mean, no one had Lucho being our number 9, at one point.
Well, Joe's
got it. Are you saying Klopp wasn't a good tactical coach? Are you saying Klopp was only good at creating a family atmosphere?
I'm saying Klopp was excellent at. I think Klopp. No, well, I saw the. I guess maybe the thought of that was because you brought up the whole Pep Linders thing. You guys love taking shots at him, but Pep Linders, I think, is also a good. Is good tactically. He brings out different ideas and concepts, and obviously, Jurgen had to sign off on it to make it actually go forward. But there's been.
That's just what I'm wondering is what was the difference between the family? Like you're saying, it took a tactical.
Yeah, because Brian, family is not always easy to create. A family.
No, I'm just wondering.
If anything, there is no family element at City.
No, I'm not asking.
There's nothing that makes me think that
you can see it now the way they are now, can't you?
They're just a bunch of hired mercenaries, in my opinion.
I know, but I'm not. No. What I'm asking is when you said, I'm not trying to pull your argument apart or kind of get you in a gotcha or something. It's just that you were saying that no, I'm not trying to. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to be super defensive and try to get my question before. What I'm saying is you were saying Klopp created this great family atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then you said it took a tactical coach like Slot to come in.
I'm not saying it took a tactical coach. I'm saying
no, just because I'm just saying
that we have a tactical coach that has a foundation that's already set up. You could have a very tactical coach.
I get what you're saying there.
Cameron is a tactical coach.
The match was,
but his whole the whole house that is set up, the whole house of cards that is united is going to be very difficult because he doesn't have the foundation that Klopp had here. As in, that's the difference. As in, that's what I'm trying to get across. As being
I just wonder. No, just because I'm wondering because when Klopp came in, I mean, the tactics the Klopp was laying down were, I mean, everybody was going with the, like Slot said in his interview, in his press conference, he said, Pep will, he was kind of joking. He said, well, we'll all do what we always do. Pep will come up with something new and we'll all probably try and copy him because that's what we all, he's kind of joking about, he's kind of, everyone's been doing what Pep was doing. But Slot went against what Pep was doing. You know, Slot's tactics were, I think, were as visceral as it. He was the one who looked and went, okay, everyone's doing that. We can either try and do that, or we can come up with something that will try and beat that. And I think Klopp was like tactically at the forefront for a long time. Now, whether it's with him and Buvac or him and Linders or whatever, I'll just put it on Klopp. I thought Klopp was tactically really at the vanguard as it. Like Pep was doing it his way, and everyone, like the Artetas and the Guardiola, they were all trying, not the Guardiolas, but people were trying to copy Pep. We'll play tiki-taka. But Klopp was like, okay, we could do that, or we could do this.
Not the antidote to this style of football.
Yeah, I have an antidote. So he was right at the top of the tactical game. Now that's what I just think Klopp probably didn't have the energy to keep reinventing himself as a tactical coach, like you said. But he created fucking like an atmosphere like nobody else could.
I think that atmosphere. There's a difference.
And that's what I'm saying. No, I'm agreeing with you. But
I'm not disputing what you're saying at all. I'm just saying that I think that there is an atmosphere or a foundational.
Yeah, but that comes from Liverpool.
There's a real foundation that Klopp created, like as in the whole doubters to believers, the whole idea of like, you know, there were times and moments where you just felt like, okay, you know, we've been here before, we've done that. I just think that Klopp created something that
can I just say
and not only the players buy into it, but we as fans bought into it.
No, but I'm going to agree with you. But basically, I think Klopp created an incredible, like you call it, family atmosphere at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But that's because Liverpool as a club is set up like that. It was ready for an option.
Yeah, he
like
knew
that's the kind of club we are.
Whether it was Rafa,
so that was.
But whether
whoever it would have been, but Klopp
whether it was
Liverpool.
Brendan Rodgers, like those coaches were good tactical coaches, were good coaches in their own right.
Yeah, but no, we're a family club.
Family foundation.
But like you said from day one, Klopp got Liverpool.
There's a difference.
Yeah, no, that was the most important thing. It was Klopp got Liverpool. He understood what made Liverpool fans tick.
Right.
So he created the right atmosphere because this is a club that wants to be that family club.
Right.
It doesn't want to be the cold, hard. So he walked in and goes, yeah, this is what people want here. And if you create that, it will be the best version of that because that's what they want. If he'd gone to a Man City or a Bayern Munich and tried to create a family club, it wouldn't have worked.
But there's also, there's also parts and points where you could be tactically.
You read the room, basically.
You could be a genius tactically.
Oh, that other stuff comes later.
You could be a genius tactically. Yeah. But sometimes you have to have that little bit inside you, like that little bit of, that little bit that you're not giving. You don't have your best today, but you figure out a way to win.
You don't
have your best today, but you figure out a way to win, and that's like something that you could certainly say against for a lot of different coaches, but for this particular coach, whether it's Slot or especially if it was Klopp, it just seemed like you always believed that option was always there, despite the fact you might be going up against a team that might have bigger names or whatever you want to call it, and you still believed that, you know what, somehow they're going to dig down deep and pull out this win. And that's a unique ability to have. And I think that's something that isn't really, you can't really like, you don't find it every day. That's all we're doing. Yeah.
My favorite moment today was the celebration when Mo's pen went in and you could see Slot from behind and you seen him put his fists up and then he turned to his coaching staff and the faces on his coaching staff were brilliant. They were all like, yes, we've got this locked up now. Go ahead, boss. That was the best moment for me, the celebration after the pen.
At the time, we need a club where Liverpool was at the time. Oh my God. We need a club. Like everything fell into place. The owners, the structure they built, and club was the final place, and then everything just took off. And he was doing such a good job that they gave him a new contract in his first 6 months of he didn't even finish his first contract, and then they gave him an extended contract.
Right.
So Klopp as a human being, he's a wonderful man. As a
Right.
human being, he's a
Right.
wonderful man. That's what I miss the most about him. As a coach, he's one of the best. And remember, in the world of everybody copying Pep, he's the only one who did it his way.
Right, right.
You know?
You remember when Klopp first arrived and the reporters, not when he first arrived, sorry, when Pep first arrived and Pep won the title, the reporters started saying, "What do you think of the money City could spend?" And he didn't want to tackle the question, you know, because he's quite friendly with Pep. But in the end, he made him, and he was like, "Well, you know, we haven't got money like that. We can't spend like that. We're a different club." But Pep didn't like it. I remember when they were interviewing Pep, they were going, "What do you think of this? What do you think of this?" Saying, and he was like, I don't like about having more money. I don't like. It's not a good argument or something like that. He said, but you can see that pissed him off, Pep. Like,
yeah, I think Arne Slot is a great coach. I don't know if Arne Slot would have done the same things as I don't know if Klopp. If Slot was to have replaced Brendan Rodgers, for instance, instead of Klopp, I don't think we would be here today. I think we're fortunate that sliding door has been open for Klopp, and now the sliding door has been open for Slot, and now we are with the blessings of those scenarios are going to enjoy possibly some type of brilliance, or at least some type of a story that is beholding in front of us. That's what I enjoy about it. The story that we can kind of relate to, in that
we just need to check. Red is saying Madrid dispatched, City dispatched. Can we get a checkup yet? Have we officially played anyone yet? Have we played anyone yet?
Oh, I thought we have.
Still no.
Yeah, okay. We never will.
Okay.
It'll never happen.
Just checking. Okay, still not played anybody.
We played Forest. Okay. Don't forget Forest.
We can play the
wait till you play Newcastle.
We haven't played anyone.
Yeah, okay. Still not played anyone. Okay, just checking.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be a common tweet. I'm sure very much so. Again, just seeing if everyone is chill and good in the chat there. I know we went on a little bit of a tangent, but I thought that was just important. I think that, like, it's always important to big up, you know, where you're at today, but never forget where you were, where you've come from. Don't ever forget your history. So that's what I was just basically trying to get at. Is that I think that. Oh, yeah, I won't go that far. I won't go that deep into history. Yeah, but if you do, I mean, like, if you do look at it that way, I mean, like, for those of us that do remember the Hicks and Gillette years, there's no way. There's sometimes I wonder how people, like, complain about FSG comparatively speaking, the Hicks and Gillette. Like, that was just, they are night and day difference.
I think when we do complain about FSG, we're not saying that the worst owners ever. We're just saying they could improve a little bit, maybe show a little bit more ambition to try and, like, cement some sort of dynasty, as we were talking about before, rather than just, you know, one-off snatches of things. And it's looking like it could be likely if they do the right thing by Slot and get him the players he needs. I'm not saying that our squad isn't good at the moment. It's just that it's a little thin for my liking. Our squad just needs bulking up slightly so we can absorb a lot of injury, you know, a few injuries, and still put a good side out. Because I mean, now at the moment, it's good to see Jarell get on, because we're going to need him in the coming weeks, mate. No Simicast, no Ibu, no Bradley, so we're going to need Kwanzaa. And Joe's got a full game in his legs now, ready for the coming games. It was a great game for him to come back in, I thought, Joe. You know what I mean? You want to come back in a big game, and he come back in a big game. We got a clean sheet, and it's all systems go, innit?
No, I get it. I also just like to think of, like, there were people, just like some of the players that have been, you know, thrown under the bus, to be like, oh, he needs to get out of here, or he's done. You know, there were those that said the same about Klopp, you know, and that's why, but I mean, I'm glad to have gotten another year out of him. I didn't want to see him go, but, you know, I'm glad that he left on his own terms. And I'm glad the fact that, you know, you can say what you want about FSG, but FSG is the reason why we have this current coach, who is fits
Klopp,
very well.
I tell you what, I bet your Klopp's enjoying it. He'll be having an eye on our results, mate. Klopp, he'll have been probably watching today, Klopp, and enjoying that, like, won't he? Because, you know, there is players, like, he set this up. So he'll have been watching, I'm sure.
You guys know something? Sorry to change the subject real quick.
What's that?
Go ahead.
What position is City on the table?
5th.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet
Behind
Lord
Brighton, my friend. Behind Brighton.
Yep.
Sweet
Lord.
Yep.
Well, gentle folks, we haven't played anybody.
Nobody.
Liverpool just happens to play teams at their worst time. What else?
What else do you hear? Yeah.
Gonna fall off. Defenders are gonna get injured. When they play somebody, let's see how they hold up.
Yeah.
Champions League, we only giving out 1 goal.
Yeah.
Oh, they said, well, we'll see when you played Haaland. Haaland didn't have a shot. Not that he had a shot on goal. He didn't have a shot.
Oh.
So, people, sit back, relax, and every time somebody talks trash, this is my new agenda that I'm pushing out. Just hit them with one of these. That's all you need to do. Just hit them with one of these. We move in silence. We are ninjas.
Yeah, there you go.
By December, end of December, come talk to us.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, everybody's saying that Arsenal can make a run, City can make a run, and I guess Liverpool, they're mad, because if they all make a run, what are we going to do?
Yeah, he wasn't too arsey today, Haaland. You know, he usually he's been having a bit of a strop lately when City are not playing well and he's not getting chances. But it was more like Diaz, Silva. Diaz was in a strop one, he like Ruben Diaz. Now, I do rate him and think he's their best centre-half by some distance. But he wasn't happy, was he, today? Like, the penalty, that was hilarious, like, to see him remonstrating with the ref for about 5 minutes. I mean, I did want him to stop, but it was also funny. Do you know what I mean?
I tell you this, if it continues, I'm hoping it does, by the way, but if City's, you know, up and down, more so down as of late than up type of run goes, if the allegations get adjudicated to be in our favor as being like a rule against City, and
in football's favor.
Yeah, in football's favor. That's a good way of putting it, Lee. Then you know what I mean. Like, hey, you know, maybe we'll see. I think what will happen is City's demise and City's exit from all this might be good for football, to be honest with you. Because I mean, if anything, you know what, we want to see. We're now seeing what it means and what it takes to be not just who's got the deepest pockets. It's more so about like who's got heart out there, who believes in again, like I said earlier, family and the unity of being together in a club that you the band of brothers that you want to fight for each other and you want to go out there, whether it's those in the team or whether it's us in the fan base. I think we really have to hold on to those things.
Did Newcastle play today? Have they played yet, Newcastle?
They played yesterday.
Newcastle played yesterday. They lost.
1-1 Villa, Palace, yeah.
Or 1-1. I thought they lost. They're 1-1.
1-1, yeah. They got a late goal, Palace, yeah. That's cool.
It's been a great week, and Liverpool fans, we need to enjoy it. One thing that I'm fighting against is this sensationalizing of this new trend of, when this person is doing well, let's throw this one in the bin.
Yeah, the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Scapegoat
Yeah,
FC.
people love doing that.
It's starting to annoy me.
But for
and
me,
it's not just the so-called, the crazies. There are some very prominent content creators who are also doing that. And I'm looking at all of you guys taking names. I will remember.
Yeah, please do keep receipts. Keep receipts. I do.
I'm gonna catch all of them.
I thought Szoboszlai was good today.
Yeah,
he was really industrious, wasn't he? Like, you know,
Szoboszlai was good. He was that fall guy.
And he had some nice
Szoboszlai was that fall guy.
He
played all right today. Like, for me, he was that guy that they were picking on. You know, like the guy they always kept on picking on for months. Like, I've had my one or two sayings about the guy, but for me today, I think that was the best midfield display by them three guys together. since they've
No,
come to the
what was
club.
it after the I think the Southampton game? I said that the manager must have spoken to him and said, you know what, enough of the running. Give the energy, but don't run too much. Take your spots where you put the pressure. Like even if you watch Madrid's game, when he came off the bench, he didn't rush around. He just was a little bit controlled. Like today, he's very, very controlled on the press. He doesn't just go by himself.
Yeah.
Right. And that gives him a lot of energy. So when he has the ball, he's not really tired like how people assume he is. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of people who are gonna be eating crow at the end of the season. And all right now, I'm loving it. The journey is always better than the destination, man. I'm telling you, because the up and down, that's what makes Liverpool great. And Slot, right now, he's my man of the match. I think this guy tactics, his chess game was wow. Like, I mean, we were worried when Ibu went down. Did anybody? The only thing that was worried is Trent passing. How are you gonna be good defensively and now you can't pass? What happened, man? Somebody needs to go.
He's really announced himself, hasn't he, Arnie Slot? He's announced himself to the world, like in grand style. People are starting to take notice of him, aren't they?
He beat the best. This week alone, he has beaten the two best managers of all time, if you want to argue who's the better one, right? Madrid and City. And don't tell me, oh, you caught him at the wrong time. Well, everybody caught us at the wrong time when we had those massive injuries those years. I didn't see anybody saying, oh, well, we beat you guys because you were having a bad year. They say, keep going. So, hey, you only play the team that is in front of you and you beat the team that's in front of you. I want everybody to be at their pump. So when I beat you, you have no excuse. All right now? Hey, one game at a time, gentlemen. Please, I got to jump out. I appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy. And then we come back again on Wednesday. The most important game next is what? Newcastle. So, Liverpool, top of the league. Liverpool.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, Quasi.
Yeah.
Bless, bro.
Big up.
Hey, Irishman, I need to be on your channel, man.
Yeah,
you got it. Look, I will.
I just
you gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe, so you gotta check it.
I subscribe.
Yeah, so as soon as I go live, man, there'll always be a link there.
Thank you so much.
You don't even need to ask. You don't even need to ask. You can just join.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Always.
Enjoy, people. We haven't beaten anybody yet. I'm enjoying that we haven't beaten anybody yet. You know how bad the rest of the league looks? That they keep saying that? That means all of you guys are crap. The fact that Liverpool hasn't beaten anybody, that means the rest of the league is crap.
Yeah, this just adds to the flavour, doesn't it? This just adds to the flavour, this business from other people.
Yeah. I love watching Pep crack up. I mean, I know some people might get annoyed by it, but like I said, I like things I've never seen before. And Mo Salah didn't keep the uppies, and Pep Guardiola crumbling to the fact that he has to show fingers to of all crowds, the Liverpool crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd that can just turn around and go, sorry, what? How many are you talking about? 6? Yeah, how about 18, mate? How about 19? How about 20? How about all these things?
What wasn't he reacting to? Was it you getting sacked in the morning? Was it the usual?
Them getting smacked up, Lee. Them getting smacked up, basically. Whatever it was.
Oh, there's a quote to that.
Has he come out? Has he come out and said, I said, watch out for the interview afterwards. I said, watch out for the interview afterwards because he's cracking.
So basically, he said in regards to the whole 6, he said, "Well, I expect that at Brighton, 1-0 down, this getting sacked in the morning. I expect that to Brighton, but I didn't expect it here at Liverpool."
Oh, it was sacked in the morning, was it?
Being told, sacked to the morning. But I have great respect for them as a football club and supporters.
It's in our fans for singing a song everybody sings. Bloody hell. Get a grip.
I mean, that's a bit, I think that's a bit cracking up, because who cares about that?
I think it's brilliant to see that. It's brilliant to see.
I mean, being sacked is nothing. Yeah. It's not that
when they're
deep.
doing shit like that, you know you're under their skin. You know you're not under their skin, and they're cracking. It's classic.
What he's really saying is, I wish I had fans like these at the
exactly. No, we know that. No, this is what I'm saying with Haaland joking with Szoboszlai marking the corners, joking with Salah, but Pep Guardiola 100%. Pep Guardiola would take managing us over City in a fucking heartbeat, because he knows we're a real club and he knows they're not.
Let me show you something as well before we get too deep into the now approaching the second hour of this viral match reaction. Look, I think that what Quasi said was poignant. We cannot become this right here, right now. Scapegoat is not really telling of what we are as a club. We are more of a family, and those that we support are just that family. So we always have to hunker down and just believe and try to support, try to uplift, and bring people back into the better graces of our opinions. We all go through bad spots and bad periods and bad spells, but it's about how you get through them and how you end up in the end. It's like as Quasi was saying about going the distance and the likes. There is something I did want to include, and this is something that I think his name is Gunnar Sauls. This was on Football Terrace. It was Gunnar Sauls. Gunnar Sauls is a football aficionado for the Gooners. At least that's what he says he is. And this was the statement, though, that he said. That he wanted to make sure that we all understand. This is a statement again from now a team that chases us, that is chasing us, trying to chase us down.
This is going to be the coming of Arsenal. This is going to put the fear back into the opposition, back into the rivals to say we're well and truly here. When people said City are going to fall off and we're going to take over, you're going to see it. Liverpool will have a fall off. Their tough periods are coming. Let's see if they can handle it. Their squad isn't good enough. Their squad isn't big enough. Let's see if they go in January and do anything, because they need to do more than we do. Because 1 or 2 injuries and they're done. They're cooked. They're the same as City right now. As soon as they get an injury to a Gravenberch or a Salah or a Van Dijk, they're not going to have any answers, because their squad is thin, their quality shit, and that's the reality of it. Well, as soon as December hits, they're going to suffer as well, because they're going to need to rotate their team. And how are these players going to keep up? They've got an aging squad that's going to be tested when these testing times come.
He said if we get 1 or 2 injuries, we're cooked. We had 6 today. We had 6 on the injury list today. That's 3 times as many, mate, and we're still cooking.
Yeah, like I said,
we're the ones cooking, mate.
In America, we have the IRS, so it's fitting that I am the eternal red service here, keeping receipts on all these fools.
Don't hear from these people. Huh?
Keeping receipts. Yeah, man. It's so simple.
Life's too short for people like that, man. Life is too short for people like that. That's why we are over here doing our own thing. These people like that, man.
Have you noticed? You don't really get Liverpool fans doing that.
Nope.
You will see these guys. They get the Arsenal fans will get together to watch this Man City Liverpool game today.
Fact is that, you know what? Someone like that, I've seen plenty of people like that, especially rivals, spout that mess, spout that absolute.
Yeah, but not Liverpool fans.
Right.
Yeah, Liverpool fans don't do that shit.
And be on a panel with other quote unquote Liverpool fans that sit there and smile, and it's like just allow for it to just go by, no pushback. Sometimes even agreeing.
But those people, they just want to be on people's shows, man. I mean, like, you can't judge that. I mean,
that's where it's
there are there's dickheads out there, but I think 99.9% of our fan base isn't like that.
I hope.
Genuinely, no, it is. It's like, but the ones that aren't, a lot of them, most people aren't like that. They don't even know what YouTube is, let alone have a channel. So, like, there's fans who have YouTube channels, and then there's real people.
Oh,
basically.
Okay. So
most of these people.
I guess you and I aren't real people.
No, but there's these people out there that pretend.
Haven't they, like, there are a few Walter Mitties in there, aren't there?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but nobody's their real self on YouTube. Nobody's their real self in any, like, 100%. We're all different backstage, so it's You know, everybody's does what they do on YouTube, but it is. I know, like you
reserved
see
or
one of
not
these
is one
bigger.
thing. It's not. It might not. You might not be crude, or you might not be
No,
as
no.
yeah.
Look, these people that are on YouTube, they're trying to make a career out of it.
Yeah, I want to be like genuine too, in the sense of saying, look, I think that some of those people need to be called out. I do call out quite a few of them. I get into arguments with some of them on other channels that are quote unquote red channels. Or sometimes if I do get the privilege of being on those other channels, I'm going to call it out, because guess what? There's parts and points about this that I appreciate the fact that there's people like yourself, JK, Lee, Nalante. There's people like Trap Joe, Dara, Red Armchair Supporter, Red for Life, like Robert, Hustle, all the people that, Marion, Bernie, who I do again, who I hope is getting better, by the way. We're all thinking about you, Bernie. And like,
oh yeah, definitely here on Bernie. Hope you're getting better and everything.
Yeah. There's people like that really do make the difference. And if I didn't say your name, it's not because I don't think you don't make the difference. It's more like the list is very long, because I see the people that do support our channel, the people that I do see that support our channel that are in other forums or in these other forums sometimes, along with myself, because I say it myself. I am subscribed to red channels that I don't agree with their opinion absolutely one iota, but I'm there because I'm hoping that I can at least be some type of change in the weather veil that's out there. Like, as in, maybe there's one or two people in the chat that I could at least reach out and be able to like say, hey, you don't have to listen to this this nonsense, of every day picking a player on our team and throwing him under the bus and being like, Scapegoat FC, this is our new player. Like, we had a phenomenal win today. Phenomenal win.
You don't, Joe. You don't. You do not. I think you already have some. I think you already have a bit in you.
But no, they had a phenomenal win. And like, sometimes like you go, like, we're 11 points ahead of City. When's the last time you got to say that? And like,
never.
Yeah.
Literally never.
In December, we're not even like close to Christmas for those that celebrate, and this is like certainly a gift that people would probably not even have expected even then. The point is, we are at a fantastic time, and it's one of those cases and places that, real OGs, the ones that I think are out there, much like yourself in the chat, much like those on the panel, you know what? I'm going to recognize it and give you props and give you, because you know what? No one else will. I know you're not probably going to do it for yourselves. So therefore, guess what? I'm going to be that person, because I think you deserve it. I think that those of us that really do believe in a lot of the true tenets of what it is to be a Liverpool fan, real tenets of the fact of what I was talking about, the family orientations and everything else, are important, because if we so easily fall into those like, oh, let's call this person some human feces, and that should be cool, that should be accepted. Or, oh, let's fly a freaking plane over Anfield to further separate and dispute and take fans to be at each other's throats. That'll work out. No, that's got to be eventually, sometime you just got to call it out, and it's like, no. I'm not on my watch anymore. It's not happening. And that's why I do appreciate each and every one of these people that do support the channel. And I appreciate the panel, especially, that they at least come on the channel. Whether our opinions are the same, whether we disagree, we're able to like do it in some type of civil discourse, and we're able to at least understand and appreciate the fact that we're Reds. In the end of the day, we're all Reds. And we're going to continue to walk together. And when the sun is shining, I think that those like yourselves should get some type of praise. That's how I see it. Not my rant, though. So, anyhow, that was a quiet pause, but all right. Anyway.
Well, no, I mean, it's it's your. I mean, again, it's just the way you look. It's just a view. It's a view on the world. It's not something like, oh, you're wrong. It's just a view of, like, it's the kind of We all look at the same thing, but everybody sees it differently, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's like,
no, look, there's nothing in what you're saying that's disagreeing with at all. It's like we all know.
Trust. And it's not all about kumbaya. If that's going to be the pushback, it's not about kumbaya. It's about
there is no pushback. I'm just saying, like it's why I suppose it's why I did, look. I was involved in football YouTube for a long time, and then I did nothing on football YouTube for like 2 years because I just couldn't stand the way it was going. I just could not stand the whole. Yeah, everything was about clickbait thumbnails. Let's create conflict. Let's get people arguing. Let's say something on Tuesday and then contradict it on Wednesday. You know, it just became really tiresome, and I had to not walk away from it. I just got really bored of it. So eventually, there were some channels which were kind of residual people from the early days of Liverpool YouTube that had kind of grown a little bit tired of that, and eventually, there was a lot of copycats all trying to be the next Mark Oldbridge, all trying to be the next Anfield Agenda, and the only thing they knew how to do was, create conflict, create drama, and live stream every night, and just drama, conflict. It's like there has to be another way, and eventually, I ended up trying to meet other people that were going away from that. But it's still basically those things will never change. If you watch,
it's always going to exist, certainly. Yeah.
Oh, there's a reason why EastEnders and Coronation Street and all these things they play every day, or the soap operas, because there's always a fight, there's always drama, there's always conflict. That's how you get people watching every night. Drama, conflict. So it's boring for people. Like I said it in day one, like nobody is going to click on your thumbnail that says everything is fine, nothing to see here. That's it. Those thumbnails don't work. So your thumbnail has to be come in and argue or shout about this, or let's get in debate about that. And it's tiresome. It's really tiresome. But yeah, and now there is a slightly newer generation of, we don't want to be like Anfield Agenda. We don't want to be like the drama channels because they're what old people do. So eventually it takes a while. But nothing will ever be, YouTube drama, YouTube beef. There's always going to be that. So unfortunately, I think we're beating the kind of the minority part of it. But
yeah, I enjoy banter. I do, like, as in I can deal with the banter, and I can deal with dealing with a lot of the facts. I just thought that at times, you know what, it's nice to give proper praise to those that sat there and were being called delusional or called silly or whatever, all these different names, or even getting called their own different names simply because they want to see they want to see our players do well, or maybe they believe in a player that isn't in form right now, or the likes. And I just think that I actually believe that, it takes a lot more character and reserve to be that person, to not give up on someone, to not always be ready to throw someone under the bus and call them names you would never say in front of your own mother, much less stay to possibly that person's face. And I think that matters when these redemption stories have been fantastic, and I really do appreciate those that do fight the fight. I always thought of one of the reasons why I got this channel going was because I just got tired of seeing, these channels out there, whether they're rival channels or even Liverpool channels, that would have these panels that are some variation of the Anfield Agenda that you're talking about, or even they'll sit there and they'll just they'll rub their hands together, knowing that, hey, I'll just let these people do the work for me, do my rivalry banter for me. I'll let someone that's a disgruntled fan go over there, talk on the mess, make it sound larger or bigger of a story than it actually is, and then that story takes root, grows in narrative, and all of a sudden, every forum you go to, you can't have a real discourse. You can't even have a conversation. It's always just, it's just, what side of the fence do you sit on? you know, and you can't even have a discussion with people. That's not where I want to be, and if that's going to be the situation, then at least I want to be a voice that, you know, combats that and at least tries to create something of hope out there. So that's how I look at it. That's why I'm so vocal. I do repeat it sometimes, maybe ad nauseum for others, but I definitely think it's important to give praise to those out there that do that fight. And a lot of people in this chat do, and a lot of people on this panel do as well. And I recognize it and I appreciate it.
I think what it is, 12. No, you do, but I think because you're real and because you do it for the love of the club. And unfortunately, I'm not going to name names. I could easily name names. Some people, as Brian sent in our WhatsApp group chat, do it for the clickbait, do it for numbers. They're not thinking about the company for numbers. You do this, whether it was just the four of us here chatting or if there's 1,000, it doesn't bother you. It's the love for the club. For others, yeah, they support the club. I can't really tell a person how they support the club, honestly. Or how long, etc. But some of it, as Brian, you know what I'm talking about. That message you send in the group chat, they do it for the bait, they do it for the clicks, they do it for the numbers, and trying to add subscribers. I don't know how to do that, but trying to add subscribers when you don't have none to make your podcast or content look great is just very sad and it's embarrassing. But yeah.
We've done it organically.
Which has been great spin on things, haven't you? You've got to try and put a positive spin on things, even when results are going badly.
What's that song from? Is it from Life of Brian? Is it from the Life of Brian? That song, the song, "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life." Is that?
Yeah. Well, you see, it's because of the age group. Because like I was in, like, I don't know, most people, like, if you look far back, like I was on Anfield Agenda. I did the live stream when we won the European Cup. I was chief moderator on the channel for like 4 years. I mean, that's how I know Bernie. Like, I was deep in that channel, and they shifted towards what they become now, and I just couldn't stand that anymore. I was like, I don't need this shit anymore. This stuff is just weird. And like everybody says, like, all the trips and or clicks and all that, and fair play to them, you know, fair play to them. But what I couldn't understand was what I can get on board with absolutely everything other than the fact that they seemed like they wanted to split the fan base, because in any way they could split. If they could split the fan base in any way, was it like, oh, are you pro this or pro that? It's like, no, he plays for us. It's like, oh, so are you pro Salah or anti Salah? Well, no, I'm, you know, oh no, we have to be in one camp. Okay, so do you want Klopp to stay or do you want him to leave? It's like, well, I mean, is there an in between? No. Everything had to be fight, conflict, drama. And what happened on a Tuesday, I would be sitting in the back office as we might be here, is that what we're going to say this today, and that's the talking point today. Oh, okay. And then 24 hours later, the main agenda is completely contradicting what we said yesterday. It's like, oh, okay, because I spent 2 hours in your chat yesterday explaining to people what we were doing. So now you want me to say the opposite? Right, okay, cool. I couldn't do that anymore. It was like one day it was this, one day it was that. It was just everything. There was never any reality to what was going on. But they cracked the code. Like Mark Goldbridge showed them what to do. Mark Goldbridge admitted in an interview last week, the first few years of his content was toxic. He said it was pure toxic, but that was the only way he was able to move on. And what's happened now is that all those people back then that were watching YouTube, and this is close to 10 years ago now. They were young. Now you have an older audience of people that watch YouTube that wasn't there back then. Those people want to watch content like we create. It isn't all about that. And it will take time for that to kind of grow into another section of, you know, the more mature kind of thing. But still, most people who watch things on YouTube, they're 13, 14, and they want like fight, drama, you know. But that's where we are now. I think we're like the next generation of the first generation of YouTubers, if you know what I mean. The people that want that kind of people anymore. But Anyway, that's my YouTube backstory.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I know that you I wasn't definitely trying to, but I appreciate the fact that you dropped that insight about it, because you have a unique history with this all this stuff in YouTube that we're going through, and that unique history is knowing that you're part of a channel that has risen to some incredible numbers. I mean, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of subscribers they have,
Oh, nearly 3.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I was on there. They had, I think they had about 80 subs. Anfield Gen had about 80 subscribers when I joined.
That's wild, right?
Yeah, and now
That's
they're on
wild.
about.
Think about that.
What year was that, Brian? What year was that?
2000 and Christ, 15.
Yeah, it's almost
15,
10 years ago. Nearly 10
yeah.
years ago. It seems like it probably seems like yesterday. It probably seems like yesterday.
Yeah, but he was doing stuff with Day Trippers before that, and they're another Irish channel. So but he was in the
Yeah, I never liked Anfield Agenda from the get-go. I got my first laptop in 2019, and I never liked it. But I did like Day Trippers with Gav and them other lads. I like that one.
Yeah, but it's hopefully like I know it's not easy, but like we're making definitely some strides. You have Beijing Reds TV out there. You have Quasi, who just was on here earlier. You have the Irishman has his own channel. JK's been a part of some good channels as well. Lee has been a part of good channels before this as well. Nalante, me and Nalante became friends by being a part of a really good channel that we tend to find ourselves on with Coppish, So
yeah, I must say your channel is much more FSG positive than the last one I was on. There was a lot of FSG ranting on that channel.
It's all good. We balance it out. We got JK here, so that's why we balance it out. So there you go. That broke up JK. That woke up JK.
That woke me up. Yeah, man. But for me, they have to I wouldn't want to sort of. I'd love to buy someone in January just to keep our any chance of injuries or whatever. We can get it covered. Like for me, Ender can do a job if needed, but I feel like we just need one quality player extra just for the squad.
It couldn't do no harm, could it? And we did take in 70 million nearly in the summer, so that's there. We know that's there. One or two players, just even one, would be massively helpful. But just show a little bit of ambition there with the signing. We're not asking for anything mental, like a real like marquee sign, and just somebody who'll be useful in the running. If we pick up say if Ryan picks up an injury, because I'm not sure.
There's going to be changes. There's going to be some difficult. There's going to be changes to this team come summertime. I know there is, and it's not going to be easy for some to deal with, because there might be players that you particularly like or particularly support. Myself included in that list. So I know there's going to be some hard decisions that are going to be made, and there's going to be some hopefully promising choices to be replacements, if not additions. And I know those days are coming, but I also am going to say that right now we sit atop of the league. Right now we sit atop of the leagues, as I and Red Armchair supporter like to say, plural. And right now there can't be any bit of a happier moment, as in, would I like to have a more secure squad? Absolutely. In that secure meaning like healthy. I would absolutely like a healthier squad. But at the moment we don't, so therefore we buck up and deal with it. We get through the hard times and we keep it moving. And right now, despite being a team that's seen their top goalkeeper get sidelined for months, see their number one quote unquote striker, I guess, Diego, go down, and be gone for months. You know, see our star prodigy in Trent Alexander-Arnold be coveted by one of the best teams in the world, another one of the best teams in the world, you know, and yet, like, we see him go down in the sense of being injured, and we continue to step up. I think that there's such, like, and one of the things I've always believed in this club is that no matter what, whether it's, you know, that night in Istanbul, or whether it was that night at Anfield against Barcelona, or whether it's, you know, whether it was that day at Newcastle, or whether it was like it doesn't matter. It's the fact that the Reds, with the history and the belief and heritage that we have, there's always hope and belief. And I always have a sense thinking that we can overcome. And that's why I'm still happy to be a part of this fan base. I'm not happy to be a part of that static, but I am happy to be a part of the fan base that we have here in that, you know, or just be a part of this club as well as being a part of the fan base.
Harvey got on at the end, wasn't it?
Great. It was great. Absolutely. A player, I mean, like, you know, a player that was on top of the world for a while, then got that horrific injury against Leeds, right? I believe it was against Leeds, right? It was against Leeds. And then had a battle back, created a new role for himself, you know, solidified himself as being an option. So there were those that said he couldn't hack it. Those are saying he's just not the level that we need. He battled, he did his part, he contributed. Unfortunately, got injured again. He's battled back, and now we got the opportunity to see him in this game. Fantastic. It's those stories I love to hear and see and be a part of. And that's why I'm like really excited to hear and be a part of the story. I'm really happy to see the story unfolding in front of us.
Yeah, I think if Grabs was injured, or anyone new, it would be Jones, Macher, and Szoboszlai, wouldn't it? Would be the most likely midfield if Gravenberch was unavailable. It'd be Jones with Macher, wouldn't it? And Szoboszlai ahead of them. Or
we would figure something out. We would figure something out.
Yeah.
We would figure something out. Because look, you know, that was JK. We would figure something out. One way or another, we'll figure something out. You know, I don't think that anyone. I was calling for Kwanzaa to get in to. I said earlier on the roll call that I expected to see Kwanzaa in this game at some point. I know a lot of people probably didn't expect him to come in for Trent, you know, and play right back, but he did. You know, the same with Elliot, obviously, getting the call, and the same with even Dom, you know, finding a spot and having a front. Basically, our front line was what was our front line at the end of the game? Our front, like, think about that. Think about what our front line was at the end of the game today. Other than
Darwin, Jones, and Diaz or something, probably something like that.
Yeah. And Diaz got taken off for Elliott, I think, right? Didn't he get taken off for Elliott?
Right at the end, then it was Elliott. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's just one of those things. Pretty crazy result today. A lot of great scenes. I didn't see anyone get injured, so that's good, at least on our part. So, you know,
I didn't see Ibu get injured, and it still happens.
yeah, that's true. That's very true. Well, all the same, yeah. We got out of a game
seems all well, doesn't it? We haven't heard anything egregious so far. Like,
real quick, you know what? We are 2 hours into this, so we're going to be wrapping up here. But pretty soon, we bring JK back in to just join us again. But real quick, let's go through. How about we'll do who was your man of the match, but also let's give an honorable mention for someone that might not be man of the match, but certainly deserves praise. let's begin with, I see JK and Devontae are on mute, so let's begin with Lee. Lee, who was your man of the match today? And tell us in the chat too, real quick, if you can. You can give a man of the match and give an honorable mention.
My man of the match is going to be Big Virgil, the captain. I thought he was immense. He was statuesque, immense, imperious, any other words that you'd like to use. He was all those things and more. He was just excellent.
Statuesque.
Virgil-esque. He was Virgil-esque.
Yeah, that's a good one for him.
Like a Grecian marble.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just looked the business, though, didn't he? You could see he was fully concentrated today. He smelled.
When was the last time he sweated? When was the last time
he did sweat once? He did sweat today, just for a quick second. But luckily he had a righteous Irishman to
he saved it.
Hold him up. Let's keep it.
I think Kelleher played really good.
He's buying Kelleher a bottle of
But then the fumbles, the righteous Irishman.
There you go. See, we keep it 100 here. We keep it 100. Lee, is there an honorable mention you want to throw in there, or you want to just stick with just your player of the match?
Yeah, I'll just stick with that.
All right. How about for you, Nawante? Who was your man of the match? And you can throw in an honorable mention if you like.
I think between Joey and Grav, personally.
Okay. Yeah, I picked one though. Who was it?
I'm just gonna give it to Joey.
Okay.
I thought he was better than VVD today.
Okay. No biases. No biases.
No biases. But again, just for the mistake. I'm just adding the mistake purposes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Performance. Virgil playing non-stop, and so yeah, it was a really good performance. So with that taken in mind, that he'd just come into the side, he hasn't started much. So it was a really good performance. Yeah, I should have given him the honourable mention. But I just thought we were good in defence. We just looked... They never looked like scoring. Never looked like scoring unless it was a really lucky goal.
Okay. How about for you, JK? Man of the match. And if you like, you can throw an honorable mention. If you want to just go solely, he deserves the spotlight on his own, you could say that too. I just making sure if you want to share it.
I do usually like to go for people who don't get man of the match much, and Virgil has won so many man of the matches, but I did feel it was just a really good performance. Yes, he missed 3 headers. Yes, there was that cock up at the end because he was taking it too easy because it wasn't much of a threat from them. But I still think he was man of the match for me. Like the captain, thought he set the tone.
Okay. All right. Let's see. JK, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I had to say FSG or something, and then
Bing.
Alarm
bells.
Yeah.
For me, Salah,
Michael Edwards.
Yeah, Michael Edwards. Then.
Yeah, I'll give it. You say Michael Edwards FSG, I'll be away.
Yeah.
But for me, Salah, man of the match. Honorable mention. I'm gonna go to Botolai.
Good call. Okay. And Irishman, how about for yourself?
Oh yeah, loads of honorable mentions, but Salah broke it open and buried the pen like it was nothing, like it was in his back guard. So yeah, Salah, big game performance, has to be man of the match for me. But honorable mentions, anybody that someone didn't mention already that should get honorable mention. No, I give it VVD. No, Kelleher.
Give Slot an honourable mention for his subs because they all worked. He just gradually took the game further and further away from Pep, didn't he? Like,
oh, the Kwanzaa coming on against Doku thing.
Yeah,
could have gone badly wrong, but
it
could have gone really badly.
Trent was tired, and you could see Trent was tired. And...
oh, he had to go off. He couldn't play 90 after coming back from hammy. Not up against that guy that was twisting and turning. So we locked him down. We stopped him getting into the box because he was causing problems as soon as he came on. He left Trentford dead at one point.
There were a lot of solid matches, solid play today.
Here, JK, what do you think of this? There's one for you, JK. There's one for you, JK. Michael Edwards man of the match.
Yeah, I saw that.
Brilliant.
I was going to give it to
Crybabies. Ooh.
We're going, just to annoy the Crybabies.
Okay.
I was going to. You know what's crazy is that I was going to say Agent Cody should get player of the match, possibly. I get that goal that he got really made a difference. I know that Mo gave him the assist. It was a great pass. There was I think that Cody's been maligned a little bit at times last year after his injury, that would have sparked some interest if we gave him honorable mention.
There were Liverpool fans early last season, saying Gakpo was a waste of money and Gravenberch. There were loads of them there last season. And I mean early last season when we were winning and doing well, people were saying that. And then when we fell off, it got even worse, moaning about Gakpo and Gravenberch. So,
clickbaits.
I guess, though, where I would go with the last bit of what I was going to say is that he would be probably, if I had to pick a man of the match, I would probably pick Cody, because I thought that was just a really well-timed run. It was a great pass, by the way, an absolutely great pass, but a great pass to no one. It's just
the run was sublime, wasn't it?
You have to be there to absolutely get behind it, and that's what Cody did. It was smart, and he got behind it. But I would probably even shade him into being. What?
It wasn't a blind pass, so he did play because he saw the run.
Yeah.
In fairness, so
he saw that he could make it. He could make that. He could get it behind it if he makes the run. But
the pass made the goal. It was in terms of he didn't have a difficult finish. All he had to do was get on the end of it. But it's a combination. One doesn't happen without the other. I would have said Cody. I was very close. If Dom could have put in, there was a great shot by Dom. I would have loved to if he had scored, I would have probably had him as my man of the match. But I'm gonna say Cody is. I know I just said man of the match, but he's honorable. He's my honorable mention, actually, because I do think that the man of the match was most likely Anfield. Anfield was absolutely incredible today. I thought that there were moments and times where you could hear the crowd. There were parts and points where they were just absolutely keeping the adrenaline and energy level so high that there wasn't any bit of spot where you could not will yourself to step up. Pep tried to take that away from us too by not allowing for us to play towards. I know that Brian mentioned something. I think it was, or actually Nalante might have mentioned it early when we were watching together about how we weren't going to be able to play towards the cop end for the second half. So that was another tactical move by Pep to try to take that away from us, to take Anfield out of the variable or the equation. But you could hear them; they were loud. You could hear the fact that they were certainly engaged. There was no library settings today. I thought that was phenomenal. On a day that, again, I know there were protests involved and the likes, but I mean, I wouldn't have even known about the some on the ground. All stuff was going on before.
Yeah,
there were all the stuff was outside the grounds, and they were kind of
right.
There was no,
which is a good way of putting. Which is a good way of doing it, because before I know that they did the whole protest at one time inside the grounds, and it kind of
and we lost, and you've never gotten over it.
Well, because it did take away some of the energy. The energy is important.
Yeah, but they've been thousands of protests and we've won games. So
what's that?
It was just that one. No, they protested loads of times at games, and we won.
They protested definitely loads of times, but that particular
no,
time
it was just like, I know that we protested at one time and we lost that game, but no, all the protests were outside. They were all across the country. They were all like doing drives for food banks.
It wasn't just a Liverpool protest; it was a protest across the league. I get that.
Yeah, but they were doing charity drives and collecting food for food banks, and they were tying it up and things. So it wasn't just like people trying to like be a problem. They were, it was all coordinated. It was all about kind of charities got involved with different things and different meetings, but it was more, they weren't disrupting any of the stuff in the stadium. There was no problem with that. Yeah, no, I said that's cool. That was cool. Like, as in, we can understand the message or we can get the message, but like, as in, we obviously want to like not disrupt the energy, and that's great that we were able to maintain it. And I was just applauding the fact that they were able to get their message out there, get a righteous protest, and it is a righteous protest for taking on the owners of the league, maybe taking advantage of fan loyalty, but with some of the prices that you're seeing for games and tickets. But I also think that, it was something of a measure for that crowd to be engaged, to be next level throughout the entire game, which is great. Doesn't hurt that we were up 1-0 and 2-0 at times at points, but I think they would have been anyway. I trust their crowd to be able to protest and support at the same time. That's how good that Liverpool crowd is. They can do both.
I would hope.
You don't need to hope it, man. It's a fact. They can do it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The best crowd, they don't talk about like the best fans in England for no reason,
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're up there. We can do both. We can protest outside and then go inside and even make your point during the game. If the players can't, that affects them. I think that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always the atmosphere today was spot on. I don't think like for 90 minutes everybody forgets about all the other shit. You get on with the game.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, like I said, it's great this time of year because halftime it starts getting dark. The lights are coming on. It's like a night game almost.
Mm-hmm.
I think that creates some of the best atmosphere. It's some of the best atmosphere I've probably heard maybe this year.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Yeah. I'm just happy that they didn't try to make this like some stupid 12:30 matchup or something,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad it was 4 and not the early kickoff. The derby's the early kickoff, isn't it? The last of the derby's the early kickoff.
Yeah. I'm just happy they didn't do something like that.
Yeah, they had a Man U game today, which helped us. I think they could throw that in the early slot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that helped us. Otherwise,
it probably would have been.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, and you would have been getting up 4 hours earlier than you did today. So
yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have to remind me.
Yeah, I would have been there. We would have had to take over the show.
Yeah. That would have been definitely the case, because I probably would have been just by the time the show would have been ready to or have to go live. I'd probably be just getting home. So yeah. But we made it, people. We've made it. We're at the 216 mark, 217 now. That's right. We are going to have a review show tomorrow. We're also going to certainly try to inspire some of those content creators out there to possibly join us, to maybe see the light and come over to the light side, I guess, and
what question, KJ?
Yeah, I didn't see the question.
Oh, the question basically, KJ, I saw it. Big up, KJ. You saying how did we all meet U12? All of us, our experience of like first meeting you.
Okay.
Get in contact with you. That was his question.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I think
I subscribed to your channel when it was new as Bars and Flowers, and then it was on Frank's channel when I started going on Frank's channel. And we were on there together, weren't we? That's how I met you.
Yeah. Yep. Face of Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old name.
Oh man. Yeah, that's how we met and became fast friends. Milante and I, if you can tell, they can all tell the stories. How Milante I met on Copish, but normally Milante and I are probably like we're usually the last one or two people picked to go on air. So we'd be sitting in the queue, just sitting there waiting. It's all good. They say the best for last. That's how I saw it. That's how I see it. Shout out to Team Copish. JK and I met JK and I met like somewhat via Frank's show, but
yeah, but what it was, the main thing, the way I sort of watched your show was because of the tone you did the show was so cool. I was like, yeah, man. When I heard everyone else just always shouting, looking for an argument, then you seeing you, I was like, yo, different world.
Yeah, yours was positive. That's why, when it first came up, I looked at your channel, and listened to you talk and doing your analysis, and it was positive. So I thought, yeah, this will do me.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with positivity in your life, right?
Oh, you got to be positive,
Yeah, why not big up each other? Big up each other. Like as in what's the saying? That's my brother. He's not heavy. That whole, I know. I definitely messed up the proverb, but
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But you get the gist of what I mean.
Yeah, we don't just support the club; we support our fellow supporters, as long as they talk sense. That is. But there's a lot of people talking insensible words like about Cody and Ryan, and my fingers got sore from refuting allegations that neither player were good enough. But that's just the internet, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People can type what they want, and you can type what you want back, basically.
Yeah. A lot of what they saw keyboard warriors. A lot of keyboard warriors in this world.
Yeah, I think some modern fans write players off after like a dip in form too easily. I never do that to our players, and even the ones who are injury, sick notes. Like I still keep supporting them and hoping that it'll change. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To criticize our players until they're not our players anymore. Then I'll say, yeah, that guy was shit. Do you know what I mean? But while they're our player, I'm going to be, supporting them.
Yeah. Brian and I met. I think how we met on a panel. I'm trying to think of how we actually met though, because we've been on numerous panels together, and we've actually how we started to do this channel together was sliding doors, basically too, because I know that there was another channel, and they took a hiatus. So we were fortunate enough to be able to get the Irishman's. I for a little bit. Brian,
that's your version of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, dude. I was say.
Okay, you can go on. I was
gonna say, that sometimes Brian and I would go definitely head to head with some of our opinions, but in the end, it was more so for me. It was like I didn't hold any grudges, and I don't think he did either. So that's why we were able to at least agree to disagree and respect each other's takes, despite not being our own. And it actually was good because it's not about being a parrot. It's about being able to be a part of a community that you can at least speak your mind and at least give an opinion, learn from each other, grow, and be able to hopefully enlighten and enrich others in the fan base. So that I just want our fan base to be the smartest and most enlightened and and well put together fan base out there. And those before I helped me along my ways in learning more about this game, whether it was personal involvement with the game, whether it's playing it or being a part of some of the other aspects of being an agent or working for FIFA and US Soccer and such, or just like going as far as having the love for this club and having the love for the game and be able to share it with people that are knowledgeable and people that have a heart and love for it as well. And it's really, really cool that we're able to all gather. So, and
yeah, well, KJ, I ended up knowing 12 Man because he was talking shit about me on YouTube, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
he was talking some trash. He was talking some trash. But no, I came back to YouTube and I can't remember whose show went on first live. I really can't remember. After my hiatus, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Beijing Reds. I was on Ends. I was on Quad. I don't know, but it was on a load of people like every night.
Yeah.
Sideline. I was getting invited on all these shows. I was doing all these shows, so I met everybody somewhere. I can't tell you what stream I first encountered 12 Man on. I honestly couldn't tell you whether it was a quasi stream or a Beijing Reds stream. I don't know, or a sideline team or something like that.
Yeah.
The same with Jake.
Yeah,
it may even been 12. I think maybe a lot of the people I know are still from the comments on the Day Trippers, which is Talking Cop now, which is where I know Pops from. JK, Nalante, Lee, maybe all from this kind of later version with Frank as well. But I couldn't possibly tell you what stream I first met any of these people on or any of the guys on, or they probably couldn't tell you exactly what stream they first met me on, because I was Laszlo, I was Brian, I was all that shit as well. So but me and 12 Man do streams together probably because we were on a show which Sideline, he's kind of dropped in and out and he wasn't doing anything all of a sudden, and 12 Man had been talking some crap about me and I wasn't happy about it, and he was on Quasi show. He was on Quasi show.
Oh, man.
And he was talking some shit, and I was like, I didn't say that, so I said, throw the link in. I was like, I gotta talk to this guy. I was like, I gotta talk to this guy because we were having a lot of beef at the time. We were beefing a lot, over everything. We couldn't agree on anything, and so you're on Quasi show, and I was listening to this. I was like, no, I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this. So I put a comment into Quasi show. I was like, put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat. And I came to Quasi show, and you were on Quasi show, and I basically went toe to toe with you, saying that you were talking shit about me, and you were like yada yada yada, and we worked it out.
Yeah.
And by the end, we're like, okay, if you want to do a show, if you're doing a show, I'll come on your show. And I think we've been doing shit together ever since, basically. Yeah. So, that's pretty much it.
Go figure. When you get a chance to talk to each other and actually, you might actually be able to work something out. Exactly. So, who knows? Maybe there's still hope for those people out there.
Oh, sorry. It was Uncle Rod's show was the one we argued on, I think.
Maybe it was.
Sorry, it was Uncle Rod's show was the first. Yeah, that was the first show me and you were on a live together. Was Uncle Rod's show. I definitely remember that. Then we did a show on Sideline.
Yeah.
And I remember that much.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different pathways to where we are.
So many people doing shows and everyone on.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm looking forward to hopefully getting more shows out there. Andy, I did tell you about how Andy has reached the 15,000, but he actually reached back and looking forward to hopefully doing some more collabs with us. Doing some stuff would be great. There are those channels out there that we hope to embark on and maybe get to maybe bury the hatchet, as Brian just spoke on, because I do talk a lot of mess on Hussam and who else do I talk mess on? Footy Mo or Footy Judge Footy Mo. I would say talk mess. I would say not much on Judge Footy Mo, but I do say that I hope that he can bring out better representation. Doesn't have to be me. It could be JK. It could very well be Irishman. It could be Lee. It could be Nolante. Hey, it could be KJ. It could be a lot of the people in our chat. We have a forum here. You have a forum. We're just saying, hey, why not come on the channel and let's talk about it. See where you're at. So we'll see. I don't know. I know Nolante's doing his best to try to get Hassam's attention, but he's all of a sudden like, I know here, I know that we're also looking at Terry from the Football Terrace. Love to be a part of that rather than have the same couple of like nonsense half in, half out Reds that they have on there on the panel. Yeah. We got work to do, people. Basically, that's what we're saying. We got work to do, but with you guys as a part of the Mighty Red Army, I think we can accomplish it because I have hope. So, I have hope. Anyways, we're at the 2:30 mark at the bottom of the hour. You guys want to say anything before we let the people go?
Thanks everyone. Thanks for your contributions. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for the laughs. See you again soon.
Mm-hmm. Irishman?
What Lee said, yeah. No, see you tomorrow. Nice for being here. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. JK?
Yeah, top show, top day. On to the next game, man.
On to the next, right? We move, people. We move. Going rather than I know that Pep was telling us was reminding us, as Nolante said, how many championships, at least Champions Leagues that we have. Big up to you, big up to you. I think that he was just saying when he was going like this, I know my background is killing it. When he was doing the whole 1 and the 5, I think he was just missing another digit there. The old 1 in front of it. Or we could bring up the 1 as in first place. All right. Top of the league, first place. How about that? Nolante, what have you got to say to the people? Oh, maybe something, maybe not, maybe something. We'll see. See if Nolante has anything for us. Maybe not. All right, well then I'll just do again what it was and what it is. And that is, thank you, Robert. Thank you, KJ. Thank you, Red Armchair Supporter. Thank you to Hustle Bones, Marion, of course, one of our Red Jewels. Definitely, again, so good to have her here with us. Shout out to Bernie. I'm sure she's listening to us. And again, hope that you're getting well and that you join us soon when you're able to. Shout out to Realism Jared. Shout out to Redbird. Red for Life was here earlier today. I know that. Callum, shout out to Callum as well. Mark Simons, big up to Mark. I saw MK Toe, who I haven't seen in a while, actually. It was good to see MK Toe in the house. Big up to Philip. Philip was here. Who I missed? Trap Joe. I don't think I would have missed Trap Joe. I wouldn't hear the end of it if I did. So big up to Trap Joe as well. And did I miss anyone? Of course, I gotta say big up to Dara. Dara, who's my fellow Arizonian here. Who did I miss? Did I miss someone?
See Mark Simons in there.
Yeah, I said that. I was good. I was glad to see Mark. I haven't seen Mark in quite a bit. Bonkers, gotta say what's up to Bonkers. Bonkers was one of the first to chime in earlier today. He's one of the first to chime in for the roll call too. Do my Agent Cody salute to you. Big up, big up, big up. And let's see. I'm trying to think of who else did I maybe miss because I want to make sure I say hello to everyone. Oh, we got a visit from a rival, I guess, if you want to call Gooners rivals. I guess you got to kind of win something to be a rival, but all the same. Big up to Luca. Just playing with you, Luca. Just a little bit of banter. Big up to you, Luca. And big up to Max. Max was in the house. Definitely our Holland aficionado. You know. Big up to Max. Good to see him as always. Proper Red, definitely. And shout out to Quasi Bold TV. If you haven't signed up to Quasi Bold TV, tell you are missing something of true quality. Quasi Bold representing the Bay Area, you know, getting it in like his name is E40. And or maybe we can call Quasi Too Short, maybe Too Short. No. Too Short represents the Bay Area too, so I don't know. You might take that as take that wrong. I might get cooked up. I'm
6'5", man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Oh, and also Baz was in the house today. Big up to Baz. Definitely good to see Baz. Baz is one of the OGs. Definitely.
KJ as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. KJ, definitely. I was hoping KJ was going to join us, but it's all good. The streets were here earlier. Like there were a lot of people that were a part of this stream today, which is so really, really cool to see. Because very easily, you know, you can look at the numbers of other people's channels with the 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 30, 100,000s of subscribers. And you could be like, oh, you know what? You know, we've been doing this for going on close to 2 years now, you know, and it's like you can get very, very, you know, disgruntled or maybe discouraged because you're not exactly piling in the subscribers the way that these other channels are. But guess what? One thing that I stressed about this club, about that whole like rant that I did about Klopp and what he created is exactly what I believe is what is here, and that is substance. This chat makes substance. This panel makes the substance. Us being Reds is the pure substance that makes us top quality, top shelf for sure. So appreciate everyone. Hopefully I said and mentioned everyone that was a part of the show today in the chat. Shout out to the Irishman. Shout out to Lee, Scouts Lee in the house. Shout out to Nalante, Joey G's older brother, you know. Shout out to JK as well. Big up, big up, big up. You know, representing always fully and always correctly. So we will be back tomorrow, same time, not same time as today because we were on a little early, but we will be back at our normal 7 o'clock hour. I hope that you join us. I hope that you bring a friend. You know, you can bring a friend. You can bring a friend to me. You can bring whoever you like. Just as long as they come, they show up to the party and they understand it exactly that it's good vibes, positive, righteous vibes, and it's just all about being top of the league. You know what I mean? So, it's the only place to be. It feels. You know what? It's like sitting in that. It's like getting home and sitting in that old lazy boy. And you're like, this feels right. This feels right.
Yeah.
You know, just don't want to get up. Just don't want to get up. You're like, this feels good. I get it.
Yeah.
The top of the leagues to you people. We will see you tomorrow. Be sure to comment if you can. If you haven't hit that like button, you can hit it if you like. If you don't, it's up to you. But we appreciate it if you do. And again, if there's things you want to say about the channel, about whatever, in support, please do put it in the comments because it does mean a massive, massive difference to all of us. And we do make an honest effort to also answer each and every one of them. because if you took the time, then it's only right for us to take the time back and show the love back. So we will see you mañana. And as always, up the Reds, people. Up the Reds.